Live. What is going on, everybody? It's been a while. Sabres have been pretty bad this year, but we got some exciting hockey tonight. We got Team Canada taking on Team Sweden in Le Montreal. Of course, it's going to be a predominantly Canadian crowd tonight. Welcome back to the Buffalo SportsCenter streams. Again, this should be a fun one. Puck drop's going to be around 8:20, so we got some time to kill before we get going here. But again, it's going to be a very fun tournament. Again, I think the NHL did a pretty bad job marketing this. I think they could have done a little better job. But again, keep in mind only 4 teams in this. 2028, they just said it's going to be more of a bigger tournament, potentially 8 teams with Russia returning as well. What's up, Sawyer? Have fun on your trip in Reno and California. So yeah, excited for this tournament. If I had to predict a winner early on before it starts, I got to go Canada. I think Canada's got the most stacked roster, and we'll see them tonight take on Sweden. And of course, Rasmus Dahlin. Donald, what's going on in the chat? Let's take a look at the lineups here. Team Canada today rolling out forwards. This is just their entire roster. Sam Bennett for the Panthers, again, one of those guys who's been very solid this year. Anthony Cirelli from the Lightning. Sidney Crosby. There is a lot of chit-chat whether Crosby would be able to play or not in this tournament. Apparently, he's pretty healthy, and he is going to be the captain for this team. So that's cool to see Sidney Crosby again. It would have sucked to have Crosby out, not just for Team Canada, but for the entire league and everyone watching this. Again, if you don't have Crosby on Team Canada, it feels like something's missing, right? Brandon Hagel from the Lightning, Seth Jarvis from the Hurricane, Konechny from the Flyers, Nathan McKinnon from the Avalanche. That's a huge staple on this Team Canada team. Very excited to see how he fares tonight. Brad Marchand from the Bruins, Mitch Marner from the Leafs, potential future Sabre, I do have to say. Connor McDavid, of course, probably the best player on Team Canada. From the Oilers, Braden Point from the Lightning, our old friend Sam Reinhart from the Florida Panthers as well. That power play is going to be electric from this Team Canada team. And then Mark Stone rounding out the forward group. Moving on to the defense, we have Drew Doughty from the Kings, Cal McCarr from the Avs, Josh Morrissey from the Jets, Parayko from the Blues, Travis Sanheim from the Flyers, Shea Theodore from the Knights, and Davon Toews from the Avalanche. Again, the fake Toews, thinking of Jonathan Toews. And then goaltenders, Jordan Binghamton is going to be our starter tonight. They also have Aiden Hill and Sam Montembeault from the Canadians. Moving on to Team Sweden. Sweden has a solid group of players as well. Again, I would like to see this tournament with more teams, and it looks like they are doing that in 2028. But until then, Finland is going to be the worst team in this tournament, which kind of sounds crazy. I think Sweden is probably the third best, USA second, and then first is going to be Team Canada, I would predict. But here's Sweden's lineup. Victor Arvidsson from the Oilers, Jesper Bratt from the Devils, Leo Carlsson from the Ducks, Joel Eriksson Ek from the Wild, Philip Forsberg from the Predators, Adrian Kempe from the Kings, of course, a veteran there, Elias Lindholm from the Bruins, William Nylander from the Leafs, who could very easily light it up with this team, Gustav Nyquist from the Predators, Elias Pettersson, who may be on the trade block. Again, going to be very interested to see how he plays, especially when he's on the ice with Rasmus Dahlin. As a Sabres fan, I'd love to see that duo on the ice. Of course, from the Canucks there, Lucas Raymond from the Red Wings, Ricard Raquel from the Penguins, and Zibanejad from the Rangers. Moving on to defense, Rasmus Andersson from the Flames, Jonas Brodin from the Wild, Rasmus Dahlin from the Sabres, of course, probably their second best defender, Matthias Ekholm from the Oilers, Gustav Forsling from the Panthers, Victor Hedman, of course, their staple on defense from the Lightning. Again, Victor Hedman and Erik Karlsson, the last defender on this team, going to be the 2 veterans back there who have so much experience with this national play. But again, you look at it, and these NHL guys haven't been in the Olympics. So having this kind of tournament is something us hockey fans have waited a long, long time for. So I'm very excited to see how this plays out. I don't think we're going to see any blowouts. Again, that Finland team is a little bit weaker than the other groups, but again, it's going to be a fun tournament, and you never know, right? It's round robin, and then top two teams play a championship game. That's all it is. So again, if Finland wins one of those games, there's a chance they're in the finals if they make it to overtime. The point system is very different as well. I'll get to that right after I round out this lineup. Goaltenders: Samuel Ersson from the Flyers, Philip Gustafsson from the Wild, and Linus Ullmark from the Senators. Linus Ullmark, again, a former Sabre. The other Sabres on in this tournament are on Team Finland. Of course, Joki Harju somehow, some way, finding a spot on this team with multiple injuries to their defensive core for Finland, and then Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen being the backup goalie for Team Finland as well. But let's talk about the format of this tournament, as we still have a few minutes till puck drop. If you win in regulation, you get 3 points. If you win in OT or a shootout, you get 2 points. And if you lose an OT or a shootout, you get 1 point. Again, top two teams out of these four teams after round robin go to the final. And that final game will be in Boston. So what's going to happen here is each team's first 2 games is going to be in Montreal. Then the last game of the round robin and the championship game will be in Boston. So very predominantly Canadian crowd for these first couple of games. Of course, Canada's going to have that home advantage against the U.S. on Saturday night. Can't wait to see how that game goes as well. We will be live tomorrow night for USA and Finland. We will see all 4 teams, and then from there on forward, we will pick and choose if we want to go live or not. We'll see how this goes. Again, we'll see how this tournament goes. Sawyer says, waiting for the suitcase at baggage claim. Oh, man, those are always annoying, but hopefully you're able to get that without any problems. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. Who do you guys got winning this tournament? Again, like I said, I think Canada's the strongest team. If they get on the power play, I'd find it almost hard to believe if they don't score or at least have an over 50% power play for this tournament. I mean, both lines are stacked with talent. Again, you go back to that lineup, and I mean, Sam Bennett, Sidney Crosby, Hagel, McKinnon, Marchand, Marner, McDavid, Point, Reinhart, and Stone on the power play. Incredible. Let's take a look at the teams not in this game. We'll be seeing them tomorrow. We'll just point out the highlights here for Team Finland. Again, Sebastian Aho, of course, Barkov from the Panthers, Haula from the Devils, Rupe Hintz from the Stars, Capo Caco, who got it going. You know, he was with the Rangers, wasn't having the best of years, but he's looking a little bit better now with the Kraken. Patrick Laine, a guy who also wasn't really going until this year, and now he seems to be back with the Canadians a little bit, at least against the Sabres. Rantanen from the Hurricanes, Teravainen from the Blackhawks. Like I mentioned, Joki Harju on defense, Oli Mata as well. And then, of course, they're strong in net, but the defensive core might be what kills them. Again, a lot of names that the casual hockey fan probably wouldn't know. Surely the U.S. picked Tage over Chris Kreider, right? Yeah, I wish, but unfortunately, we will not get to see Tage Thompson in this tournament. It's going to be Chris Kreider, and that leads me into Team USA. Let's take a look at the highlights there. Matt Boldy from the Wild, again, having a nice year. Kyle Connor, who always seems to be on the trade block. Can any team get him? But he's thriving with Winnipeg now, and Winnipeg looks good this year. Jack Eichel, former Sabre, absolute stud. Jake Gunsel, Jack Hughes, of course. Unfortunately, Quinn Hughes is out for this tournament with an injury, though. Chris Kreider, like we mentioned, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Brock Nelson, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, and Vincent Trocheck for the forwards. We go to defense: Brock Faber, Adam Fox, Noah Hannafin, Charlie McAvoy, Jake Sanderson, Jacob Slavin, and Zach Werenski. So a solid defensive core. And then goaltending: Hellebuck, Ottinger, and Swayman. Those are 3 really good goaltenders. So I mean, I might even argue they have the best goaltending in this tournament. Jordan Binghamton, again, a guy who he can be good, but also could be Canada's weakness. So we'll see what happens throughout this tournament, and especially in this first game. The only other difference between NHL rule and this tournament rule is going to be the OT segment. It's going to be 10 minutes of overtime instead of the usual 5. If it surpasses that 10 minutes, I believe we go to a shootout for the regular games. And then the championship game, it is 5-on-5 overtime. So just, golden goal, first goal wins, no shootout for that championship game. So I can only imagine it is going to be a full arena of Canadian fans in the Canadiens barn tonight. Again, Montreal, one of those teams that was on a roll for a little bit, but it looks like they're going to have another season of no playoffs. So this will give those Montreal fans something to root for as they root for Team Canada. They're doing a couple shots of the crowd now as we're about 15 minutes away from puck drop. And there are some Sweden fans there, but like I said, a majority of red jerseys filling out that arena. Players to look for today. I mean, let's start with Canada here. I mean, you could basically pick out any one of those forwards. I'm going to say Crosby coming back from that injury. I'd love to see how he adapts. Again, this is a tournament that there's not too much up for grabs besides bragging rights. I'm sure there's some money involved as well, but it's not like the Olympics or anything like that. So I think the stakes are a little bit less. I'd be intrigued to see how much physicality there is in these games. I think there's certainly a chance this kind of plays out like an all-star game where these players are kind of going all offense, fading out on defense. But again, nationalism is at an all-time high right now. So it's truly a crazy time. I'm not going to get political on here, but I know there's a lot of tensions between some of these nations. So, that could play into things and it could get a little bit chippy. Again, you got teammates going against each other, but all that's thrown out the window when you put on your country's colors. So I'm very excited to see how this tournament plays out. I'm not too worried that it's going to be just a slugfest. I think the games are going to be relatively close. I don't think there's going to be an excessive amount of scoring like some other people have predicted. I think we're going to see a solid mix. It's going to be a little bit more free play than a regular NHL game where teams are fighting for points. But again, it's the top two teams that make the play-in or the playoffs here, and two teams go home early. Again, this happens right before the trade deadline, so there's no pause. So players can get traded during these games. Now, I'm not going to predict anything, but say two of these nations get eliminated, you could have trades with those players the second they get eliminated. So keep that in mind as we approach the trade deadlines coming up in a couple of weeks. We're at a point right now in the NHL where things are pretty close for the playoffs. Of course, as a Sabres fan, I haven't really been keeping up too much, unfortunately, but yeah, a lot of people excited. These games are in Montreal. Again, the second half of these games will be in Boston, two very, very high hockey markets. They have been price gouging the tickets quite a bit, unfortunately. But again, like I said, the NHL did a terrible job marketing this. They didn't even show Media Day on the NHL Network. They were showing old highlights of, games from 2013, 2017. I mean, what are we doing here? We have to promote this. This is right after football season. You have your big opportunity to highlight your sport. The NBA is going into their all-star break after tonight. So there's no reason why this shouldn't be the top of the sports world. And it's not right now because they did a bad job marketing. I know a lot of people here in the States have no idea this is even going on. In Canada, I'm sure it's a little bit different. If there's any Canadians in the chat, let me know how much this was promoted, or if it was just kind of expected for you guys to watch this one. I know Canada takes hockey a little bit more seriously. In the States, it's, baseball season's coming along, but it's not here yet. I mean, this is a perfect time window for the NHL to do something like this. And they kind of missed the nail with the hammer, I think, on the marketing standpoint. But the names are huge in this tournament. And I cannot wait for that next tournament where they add other countries in the mix, like Russia, Germany, show off all the stars in the league. I'm excited for these games. Again, we took a couple weeks off streaming just because the Sabres were so unwatchable. Unfortunately, it was just, it's tough to watch when your team is that bad. But let's take a look at the standings here. Again, the Senators and Red Wings are right now in the two wildcard spots. The Blue Jackets 1 point out. Same with the Boston Bruins. Again, Boston out of a playoff spot. How are we feeling about that? If any Boston fans are in here, let me know, because that is quite concerning if I'm a Bruins fan. I know the playoff percentage for them was under 50%, around 47% coming into a couple days ago. The Rangers still a couple points out. The Islanders still in the mix. And then you get to the Canadiens, the Penguins, the Flyers, and then you have the lonely Sabres sitting at the bottom of the conference. We move over to the West. The Avalanche and Canucks right now holding the wild card spots with the Flames. Utah's right in the mix as well. The Blues are there. And then you got the Ducks, Kraken, Predators, Blackhawks, and Sharks. And if you're a fan of those teams, I apologize, but you guys know how I feel as a Sabres fan. So here we go. We're starting. The players are getting introduced on the ice. Canada first, then Sweden. Doing a little bit of a skate here. They have some youth hockey players holding up the Canadian and Sweden flags in their respective ends of the ice. A lot of Canadian sweaters on the in the crowd there. So it certainly does help out a little bit when you're in Montreal and the Canadian sweaters are red, so you don't really have to wear any red or Canadian stuff because you're rooting for Team Canada, right? So that's fun to see. So as you can see, we just set a goal for Super Chats. If we get some Super Chats here tonight, I know Top Series 1 baseball just came out. Maybe I'll buy a box on stream and rip it in a different stream. But again, if you guys would like to donate, that's all up to you guys. But for sure, we are just here to watch some hockey. Crowd looks absolutely incredible. They got lights in the 200s and 300s. The 100s ones are just firing up as well. We have the PA announcer now saying some stuff in French. That crowd just looks immaculate right now. They got red flashlights in the 100s levels that just turned on, and white in the 200 and 300s. Again, we're going to have the 2 national anthems played before this game. So again, something that we'll have in each and every one of these games, 2 anthems. So Sam Hallen just introduced as the Sweden head coach, accompanied with some boos from the crowd. And they're going to announce the starting lineups, just the guys starting out on the ice. So now the crowd things have gone yellow and blue, which is interesting. I know a lot of those fans probably don't want to support that. Victor Hedman, Mika Zibanejad, the next one introduced on the ice for Team Sweden. Whole lot of boos for each and every Sweden player getting announced right now. William Nylander, a lot of boos as well. A little bit less boos now as we go down the list. Maybe they're a little bit tired from booing for Jonas Brodin. And Philip Gustafsson. Couple boos there, not too much. He will start in net for Team Sweden. And now we're switching over to Canada, and here come the cheers from the crowd. This is the storyline of the night. John Cooper, big cheers for him, of course, the head coach of Team Canada throughout this entire tournament. Ooh, starting off with the captain, Sidney Crosby. Place is going nuts for him. Mark Stone gets a lot of cheers as well. It looks like the lights they have are little lanterns that they're wearing around their necks. It looks like kind of like a necklace. McKinnon getting big cheers as well. Be fun to see Montembeault get a start, right? The Canadian in this tournament, but Cal McCarr gets some cheers as well. And Taze is the last one on the ice. He gets a fair amount of cheers, nothing like the pop Crosby got. There's Binghamton in between the pipes. I don't know why he's moved in between the pipes. because they still have to do the national anthems, I believe. So I don't know. He must be getting dialed in. And now the Sweden national anthem will be played. Oh, they actually have some legends of the game before. So let's see who the NHL pick for this one. See if we got any famous Swedes, any famous Canadians, or if they're just kind of rolling with some general alumni. There's Teemu Selanne, first things first. Good to see Teemu. Of course, the name Teemu now refers to a Chinese version of eBay as opposed to Teemu Selanne nowadays. But Alexander Barkov there to represent Finland. Of course, the captain for Team Finland. Interesting. Mike Richter there. Some cheers. Not as loud as whoever they bring out for Canada here. Oh, Austin Matthews is here, captain for United States, and he's getting some heavy boos here in Montreal. Again, as a Sabres fan, I rarely cheer for Austin Matthews, but these are the times I get to. Again, a very solid player. Dapping up Mike Richter here on the ice. So now they have some Swedish players. Daniel Alfredsson, of course, a Ottawa Senator. So some heavy boos coming down for him, not only because he's representing Sweden, but because he was kind of an enemy here in Montreal. And Victor Hedman accompanies him to the center, the captain. Let's see who the alum for Canada is. It's got to be a Canadian, right? I mean, you can't be in Montreal and not. Again, it is in French, so it's going to take a while. Joel says, do we get to see the game here also? We might be able to put some highlights on, but we cannot show the full game here because of copyright issues. I'll try to commentate my best here. They have Mario Lemieux here representing Canada, so that'll get a pop from the crowd. And Crosby will accompany him to the center of the ice, and of course, those two know each other very well, being Penguins legends. This game is on TNT as well. Some of the other games will be broadcast on ABC and ESPN. I think this game's also simulcasted on True TV. So Impractical Jokers is going to have to take a short break. I know they like to run 24 hours, 7 days a week on True TV, but we're going to have to interrupt that just for a couple hours. And then all you Impractical Jokers lovers can rejoice. And around midnight, they should be back. So yeah, there's Crosby skating to the middle, and here's our little ceremony. We're 2 minutes away from the projected puck drop, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit later because I think we still have the anthems to get through. Free live stream. I'm not sure if you don't have a TV provider. You're more than welcome to stay around here. I'll commentate the game for you, maybe pull some highlights up. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's any free program for this one. I know some of the other games that are on ABC you might be able to get for free, but so the whole crowd chanting Mario now. So now we will get to the national anthems. I see some USA sweaters in the crowd as well. That's good to see. Hopefully we see a good USA attendance for tomorrow's game. Again, it is tough for Sweden and Finland. They're playing all these games in North America, so they won't have as many fans as opposed to if they did this overseas in Europe. So they will be the away team pretty much every game. But again, you do have the biggest rivalry between the United States and Canada. And when those two teams play each other, one of the times it's going to be in Canada. And if those two teams go to the championship, that will be in the United States. So again, it evens out, I'd say. So now the Sweden national anthem is being played. And I'm really intrigued to see how Elias Pettersson handles himself again, being a player with a lot of trade talk going around with him. And certainly I want to see how Dahlin plays with him if those two are on the ice together at any time tonight, as a Sabres fan, of course. And then Canada, of course, gotta check out how Crosby's doing, see if he's fully healed up again. He said he really didn't want to miss this tournament and held out of some NHL games to make sure he was good to go for this. Again, we got to hope the league holds up with sending NHL players to the Olympics, because let me tell you, watching the Olympic hockey without NHL players is a real struggle, especially being a USA fan. It's still going with the Sweden national anthem. They still have those lanterns going, yellow and blue. And there, that finishes up the Sweden national anthem. We'll shift our focus over to the Canadian national anthem. Swedish Choir of Montreal sang the Sweden one. Looks like they have country music singer Jelly Roll doing the Canadian national anthem here. Oh, never mind. It's Jordan Miller. Whoops, my bad. Not Jelly Roll, Jordan Miller. And the crowd is singing along. This is what we love to see. Longest pregame ever, I know. Jared, how's it going? It's, yeah. To be expected, though. TNT loves to draw these things out, especially if you're an NBA fan. You know, nationally televised games on TNT are the worst. But yeah, this crowd is singing along with the anthem. You love to see it. This patriotic crowd. And they got the French part in the middle of that anthem, too. That's something I love about these Montreal Canadiens games. Again, soccer is the only sport that actually starts on time. Football is pretty darn close, especially the 1 o'clock games. Usually you get kickoffs 1:02, 1:03. Every other sport, hockey is usually 7 minutes. Again, this is a special game, so it's going to go overtime. We knew it was going to start a little later than expected. But again, soccer is the only sport that really, kicks off right when they say it's gonna. I've been watching a little bit of the Champions League during my breaks at school, but since it's been the only thing on, but not a huge soccer guy, so I don't know much outside the Premier League and World Cup. But Canadian anthem wrapping up, and we are finally ready to get going after 23 minutes of sitting here and waiting and kind of speculating what's going to happen. Now we get to see what actually is going to happen. So starting goaltenders, we've already said, but we'll say again, Jordan Binnington for Team Canada. His NHL career has a .906 save percentage, 18 shutouts. He has 160, 113, and 35, 2.8 goals against on average. Other side of the ice, we have for Sweden, Philip Gustafsson, 74, 51, and 17 NHL career record, 2.7 goals against on average, 913 save percentage, and 9 shutouts. The Crosby line starting it off for Team Canada, as you would expect. Let me know some predictions in the comment section below. Maybe editor Jaden can put a poll in the chat, seeing who you guys think will win. Hedman on the ice as well as Zibanejad going to take the face-off against, it looks like, that McKinnon? So Crosby playing on the wing. Interesting development here, but I guess we kind of knew that. Four Nations logo on center ice, and we have a pump fake on the faceoff, and still not going yet. First time since 2016 we get to see some international NHL hockey, and here we go. Sweden wins the draw. They will chip it up ice, and immediately the puck goes into the Canadian bench. So 5 seconds off the clock. We got 5 seconds into this bad boy. William Nylander, the perpetrator there by the bench. So have a face-off right outside Team Canada's end. Puck cleared all the way down. Gustafsson has to get it with his stick, and he will attempt to clear it. Hedman slides it around, but they can't get it out. Canada's already buzzing here back to the point, but that is Stone. Couldn't keep it in, and it goes all the way back to Binghamton. Oh, delayed penalty already. So there goes Jordan to the bench. And it's flipped towards center ice and touched up by Sweden. So Canada already on the power play here. Less than a minute into this one. William Nylander, the perpetrator, yet again. So he will have his first penalty. It's going to be a high stick. Lifted his stick right into Nathan McKinnon's face there. Yeah, it looked like the shaft of the stick got him. So no blood. It'll be a 2-minute penalty. So here is that power play we talked about pregame for Team Canada. One of the best units I've ever seen. Makar, McDavid, Crosby. Reinhart, McKinnon, Crosby, McDavid, Makar actually on the ice. They had the wrong graphic up there. So Makar slides it down to McDavid, down low, back to McDavid. Down low to Crosby, nice behind the back, and they score! McKinnon! And Canada goes up 1-0 very early, less than a minute into this one. How about that? McKinnon slapped in the face by a stick. Less than 30 seconds later, scores a power play goal. And Team Canada on their first shot of the game, the first shot of this Four Nations tournament, they go up 1-0. What a beauty, too. Crosby, back to McDavid to Crosby. A little spinorama pass cross crease. And Nathan McKinnon tucks that one to beat Gustafsson. Whew, through the legs of the defender there, too. Whew. Hit the net camera there. It's a little bit of a shaky replay. But anyway, we're back to action. Canada takes the puck right off the faceoff. McDavid right through the middle, but loses the puck just at the very end, so he couldn't get a shot off, but he'll play it back to the point. Reinhart now behind the net, slides it up to his point guy. Back in low, it's loose in front of Gustafsson, still loose. Canada jamming away at it. Reinhart gets a shot, but that one misses, and now McDavid in the corner. McDavid back to the point. Slapper at the point. Morrissey misses the net. Now Sweden will get the puck and still can't get it out. Canada keeps it in. Cross crease. McDavid's wide open, but instead a shot goes right on Gustafsson, and he'll hold on. Sam Reinhart unable to put that one in the back of the net. So Canada now 50% shooting. 18:32 to go here. Man, what a fun start to this tournament. Again, that Canadian power play is going to be electric this entire tournament, and hopefully we get to see a lot more of that one. It'll be fun. Canada wins the draw again. Quick shot gets blocked, and Sweden will be able to take the puck out to center ice, but not very far. That one's brought right back in. Quick 2-on-1 developing, but that one goes to nothing. Canada right in front of the net. Now Sweden will be able to take it out and to center and dump all the way down. Drew Doughty now fighting for it, but he loses it behind the net. Maybe Sweden can get some momentum here. Arvidsson plays it back to the point, and now Sweden, Hedman. Hedman again now, and there's a shot. Oh, that one gets deflected wide of the net. Back to the point. Rodin, and now it is cleared by Canada. Pinned against the far boards there as both teams try to get some guys on and off the ice. Hedman now plays it in the Sweden end. He'll lay it off. Back to Hedman. And Canada will clear it into the Sweden end. Gustafsson behind his own net has to play it out, but he can't clear it. Oh, deflected wide there. And now it's played around to the near board. Sweden having a tough time getting the puck out. Now they do. Cal McCarr now for Canada. Misses Jarvis with the pass, but Canada keeps it in the zone. So Canada, much better team so far already. There's a shot. Good save there by Arvidsson with the shoulder. Tried to go short side, and now Sweden with Elias Pettersson. He'll get it out to center. And Kempe tries to chase it all the way down, but Cal McCarr's all over that one. He'll play it behind the net, and Team Canada heads back up the other way with Stone. Crosby to Point. Point backhands it all the way in. Stone will chase it down for Canada. Ekholm now. Ekholm struggles with it, tries to get it up to Nylander. He does, and Nylander will chip it to center ice, and that'll slowly roll down all the way. So Canada now with some momentum, but Sweden quickly gets the turnover. They're looking for a breakout pass. They finally find one. 2-on-2 back the other way. Zibanejad down low. Nice little play there, but pass just couldn't get there. And now McKinnon. Crosby to McKinnon. Hedman gets a glove on it. They say no glove pass because he was able to touch it up. And we continue spinorama pass by Hedman. And he will turn the puck right over. That's not the guy you want to turn it over to. McDavid right to the net. Takes a shot. It's wide. Oh, and it goes right back to McDavid. McDavid, what a move. Puts it in front of the net, but no one's there to tap it in. Canada still buzzing back to the point. McDavid to the middle. Oh, my goodness. Canada with 3 chances there. And now the Sweden still can't get the puck out of the zone. Now they finally get it settled. Hedman, it feels like he's been out there for the entire game so far. Slides it up, and that one goes all the way down the ice. It's going to be an icing. So Canada goes right back in the zone here. Canada only with 3 shots this game so far, but it seems like they've had about 4 or 5 scoring chances. Take another look at that McDavid chance. He brought it right to the net and tried to flick it top corner. Missed the net there, and then he got another chance. This time went through the legs, backhand across the crease, but nobody there. Taking in Canada from the point. That one tipped right on Gustafsson. Nice save there, and Sweden is able to chip it out. Again, this Canada roster is absolutely stacked. That one gets cleared down. Good keep-in by McCarr. Slides it over to his point man. That one gets blocked in front, though. Back to McCarr at the point. That one goes off a Canadian player. Sorelli down low. McCarr steps up to try to keep it in, and now it's pinned along the near boards. Pops right out. But Konechny's going to have to take it outside the zone. And he will drop it back to the defenseman, and Canada will get a change here. Good job by Forsberg to glove that one down at mid-ice, and now he'll take the puck all the way into the Canada end. Taves tries to do a breakout pass, but that one is deflected, and all of a sudden we have 2 men back on 1 for Sweden. Good hit there by Pettersson, I believe. Pettersson now near boards in the corner. Got 2 Canada, 2 Sweden on the puck there. It pops out to the point. Glove down. Kempe slides it around the net to Dahlin. Dahlin back to the point. There's a quick shot. That one gets blocked in front, though. Sweden still looking for their first shot of the game. And Jarvis finally gets the puck out, but Sweden's going to try to come right back in, but that one gets batted down by a skate, and Brad Marchand will be able to clear the zone. He'll take it up to the blue line and whack it the rest of the way. Canada will get their much-needed change. And Sweden now, there we go. They got a little bit of pressure finally, but now Canada is already hounding them in their own zone. There's a nice breakout, though. Carlson gets it to the blue line, and that's where it will sit. It's played to the near boards. Shea Theodore picks it off for Canada. And Carlson immediately picks that one back off. He'll slide over to Hedman. Hedman up top. Nylander now. Nylander, the reason why Canada is up 1-0. High sticking Nathan McKinnon in the first minute, leading to the McKinnon goal. Now Canada quick ups, cross crease. That one just misses. Nice chance there, but the pass was just a little bit too high. And another turnover here, and Canada's got a nice little chance. There's a cross creaser. Cal McCarr couldn't handle the pass, though. So, man, Sweden's been getting lucky. This game really could be 2 or 3-0 right now. There's a nice play by Sweden, though. Nice up to Bratt. Bratt gets absolutely bodied by Cal McCarr, though, and Canada's able to clear the zone, but Sweden comes right back in with the dumping. And Dahlin loses the puck to McDavid, but luckily Elias Pettersson was there. So here we go. If any of you guys are fans of maybe Elias Pettersson getting traded, let's take a look at what he looks like with Dahlin on the ice. So far, not so good. Batted down with a high stick by Dahlin, and that will be whistled with 12:03 to go. And that's where we'll go to our first TV timeout, I would believe. Yep. Whew. Great start for Team Canada. Great start indeed. What do you guys think in the chat so far? You guys like this tournament, liking how it looks? I think they're doing a pretty good job on TNT, getting the crowd noise into it, getting some angles that we're accustomed to seeing in the NHL game. So we do have some commercials going on right now. Again, Canada is dominating this game. Sweden starting to get some zone time, but still no real scoring chances. Canada has certainly had the most of those. Canada just looks like the dominant team that we all expected going into this tournament. Again, super excited for that game against Team USA. That'll be Saturday night. Again, competing with a whole lot of other stuff for sure on Saturday night. You got the NBA skills competition going on, but should get some views on that one. This game, obviously, leading off the tournament is highly anticipated, and tomorrow's game will be anticipated as well with the debuts of the other two teams in this tournament. But yeah, you can tell how Team Sweden looks like they just aren't comfortable with each other yet. No real chemistry. And then Team Canada just looks like they have so much talent, it doesn't matter, right? They know where to be. And McDavid just looks like the best player out there, as expected, just flying around. I mean, a couple times he's had point-blank opportunities, just squandered at the last moment. But very, very excited to see how this one plays out against Sweden. Sweden has to not panic here, catch their breath after the first whistle here. Probably not in the situation if they don't take a penalty early on. So they know that. They got to get this game tied, though, because if you let Canada get off to a 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead, I just don't see Sweden coming back. You got to keep this game as close as possible so you have a chance in the third. Again, I don't think Sweden's going to really take the lead here at any point in this game, but you never know. So we return to commercial break here. Of course, you have WWE reporter Jackie Redmond reporting on the ground here. So last time Sidney Crosby played for Canada in 2016, McDavid was 19, Seth Jarvis was 14. John Cooper had no Stanley Cups, and Ovechkin had 525 goals. He's currently at 879. Again, Ovechkin, not a part of this tournament, as he is not from one of these four nations, is currently on pace to break Wayne Gretzky's record for the amount of goals. No one's ever going to catch his point total, but goals could get passed very, very shortly, which is crazy to think about. Sweden wins the defensive zone faceoff, but Canada right on the puck. Now Sweden will get it out. Turnover right in front of the Canadian net. Now Sweden will have a little bit of zone time, but that's quickly turned over, and Canada will bring it up to center ice. 3-on-3 back the other way. Sam Reinhart now. Turns it over behind the net, and Zibanejad now with some speed to center ice. He'll chip it the rest of the way as some teams or some players go to change. But Canada clears the zone there. There's a nice swing pass. Taze, oh, he gets stripped right into the net, and the net flies off. Is there a penalty there? They say play on until Canada touches up. Now they do. Taze tried to take that one to the net for a breakaway. I don't know if he fell down or if he was tripped. Looks like it's just going to be a fall down here. Let's take another look at it. And, yeah, I guess so. Stick one across the legs, but nothing to really trip him there. So Taze looks fine, though. No injuries acquired from crashing into the net. And we'll have a face-off right outside the Sweden end. Canada wins the draw, and they'll play it around the net. Now it's cleared all the way down the ice. No icing. Binghamton. Now Sweden the rest of the way. Picked off and chipped down to the Canadian end again. Theodore tries to muscle it up, and now Canada will be able to settle it. And there's a nice pass. Now a little tangle up there in the corner. No penalty, though, so Sweden will get the puck from that result. And there's a nice movement. Here comes Sweden back the other way. Quick 3-on-2, but the pass finds nobody in the corner. Forsberg gets it now, though. And Sweden will keep some pressure here. Behind the net, Pettersson unable to touch up on that one, and Canada will clear the zone. Sweden right back in, though, with Carlson, and now he gets shut down by 3 Canadian players, and Canada will regroup in their own end. Again, Drew Doughty, as they mentioned on the broadcast here, has been out a majority of this NHL season, but he is back to full health, and he's here at this tournament. So Canada now with the puck. Braden Point plays it behind the net. I believe that's Brad Marchand now working for it. Was good hit there, but it springs Brad up. And Brad almost had a 2-on-1 chance, but he gets pinned by Braden Point, and that one's played up to Marchand. Marchand with some space. You can't give him that much space. Through the legs he goes, now behind the net. So again, a lot of these players trying some trickery. Raquel plays it down low. Morrissey able to touch up for Canada, though. Now they will clear the zone and go all the way up, and oh boy, Dahlin couldn't play that one very well, but it slides right back to Gustafsson. He'll hang on. So offensive zone faceoff for Canada coming up with 9:01 to go. Now they're showing the Canadian locker room. Mario Lemieux is the one who called out the starting 5. Again, a very fun game so far. Again, Sweden just trying to hang on. Canada kind of, they know they're the more talented team here. But as we've seen in the World Juniors the last couple of years, anything can happen with these teams. Canada wins the offensive zone face-off, but immediately turned over. And Sweden will just clear the zone. Cal McCarr at center ice. He'll dump it the rest of the way down. And McDavid behind the net with just incredible speed. To McCarr, good chest save there from Gustafsson. So we're going to go to a commercial break again. Very solid chance there from Cal McCarr, a slapper, but right into the chest of Gustafsson. Read it very well. So commercial break yet again. Let me know your predictions for this game in the chat right now. Who you got winning this game? Leave a like on the stream as well. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. We will be live with multiple games throughout this tournament. And definitely do some MLB games this year as well. Some random NHL games. Potentially a couple more Sabres games as we round out the season. Again, was really hoping the Sabres would make some sort of trade so I could stream the games immediately following it. See some new players. But looks like we're riding out with the same group of guys, which... But be honest, I mean, I watch, but I know you guys, don't really want to want to watch. So if you guys aren't gonna watch, there's really no point to stream it and then discuss what's going on. As a dedicated Sabres fan, I'm there watching every night, but it is painful with the current group of players. There's been some fun hockey again. I'm excited to see what the Sweden power play looks like as well. See if they are as star-studded as the Canadian one looked. We talked about it pregame. The Canadian power play is going to be their kind of advantage. I said I'd be surprised if they don't go above 50% on that power play. And sure enough, 30 seconds into their first chance, they have a spectacular goal. Crosby behind the back to Nathan McKinnon. And that's what you're got to expect from this tournament. See what they do at intermission too, if they have anything new or if it's just kind of the group talking about the game, same old, same old. I know people do prefer the TNT intermission group compared to the ESPN one. I don't watch many nationally televised NHL games, so I can't really give you my opinion on that. But I do like some of the pregame stuff TNT does as compared to ESPN sit-down round table. So 8:32 to go here. We're just returning from commercial break in the first period. So we got a mid-game interview, Jackie Redmond with the Sweden coach. Sam Hallam. He's saying it's a tough start, but he says they're only down by 1, so he's not too concerned yet. Well, can't go down by 2. I think 2 might be the breaking point for this Sweden team. I don't know if they can come back from 2 goals. Jesper Bratt now with a little bit of speed. He goes around Makar. Now he turns back to the point. Dahlin fans on it, but he recovers his own. Oh, right in front of the net, but his cross-crease pass could not get through. Canada currently a minus 620 favorite in this game. That's a big number. Puck goes all the way back in the Sweden end. They will have plenty of time as both teams are going to get some changes here. Sweden still doesn't have a single shot in the game. Shots are 5-0. Kind of impressive, if you ask me. And here comes McDavid with some speed with Reinhart. Reinhart back to McDavid. McDavid plays it in the corner. He'll pass it back to Doughty. Now to the corner. Point shot goes wide back to Doughty. That one gets blocked in front and wide. McDavid now in the corner. And this is just a scary line. McDavid, Marner, and Reinhart. Back in the Sweden end, though. Reinhart plays it back to his point man. Over to Doughty. Doughty now in his own end. Got to slowly bring it up to center ice as the rest of the group is changing. Sorelli. Brandon Hagel. Hagel, his shot. Oh, deflected and right on. That'll be held by Gustafsson with 7:04 to go here. So that'll be Canada's 6th shot. So again, Sweden really struggling to get any chances here. From a Sabres point of view, Dahlin looks pretty shaky so far. So face-off win for Canada. Backhand off the side of the net. Now to Hedman. Oh, Braden Point now sprung up. He passes it across. They score! Brad Marchand. Too easy for Team Canada. 2-0 early on in this one. And there you go. Braden Point sprung into the offensive zone, and Brad Marchand gets Canada the 2-goal lead. Again, I think 2 goals might be insurmountable for this Sweden team. We'll see how their fight back is, but again, just a turnover in the offensive zone. They sprung it up, and a nice pass to find Point. Easy 2-on-0. And yeah, you got to go with the pass there. Go Bills, go Bills. Long way to go for the Bills, but yeah, again, that is tough. It's a 2-on-1, but it's basically a 2-on-0 as the defender is beat there, and that pass is going to be wide open every time. As a goalie, you got to guess there. So Canada 2 for 7 now on their shots as goals. So Brad Marchand getting cheered by the Montreal crowd as he is a Canadian, but usually booed in that building. So we'll see how Sweden bounces back, right? Sweden has to get a little more aggressive here. They don't have a single shot in this game. They're sitting back too much, and it's really not working out for them. And that isn't going to do it as they turn the puck over to McKinnon. Now Stone with a little bit of speed. His shot gets blocked, but it's kept in now. Played over to Makar. Makar gets a shot on net. That one blocked in front. Sweden able to clear the puck. Sweden just doesn't have the speed that Team Canada does. Now it's played to Nylander. Nylander, backhand shot, doesn't get to the net. He's getting hounded. And that'll be turned over and cleared outside the zone. Stone brings it up to center ice, and he'll backhand it the rest of the way down. Springing Sam Reinhart up, and Reinhart beats Dahlin to the puck. Dahlin and Reinhart still pinned along the boards, and Dahlin shoves McDavid to the ice. Whew. No penalty there. Dahlin just freaking took his cross-check, and wow. And Sweden goes off sides there. Let's see if there's any extracurriculars there. That's the first bit of physicality we've seen all night. Dahlin getting a little bit feisty there as Sweden does pick up their first shot of the game, though. So we go to commercial here with 5:39 to go. Shots 7-1, score 2-0. Fun crowd so far, fun game. I know a lot of people were obviously predicting Canada to win this game, Canada to win the entire thing. Cannot wait for that Canada-USA game, see how the United States team gives them a run for their money, but with no Quinn Hughes, that's going to be tough. But I'd love to see Quinn Hughes round out that Team USA roster. So we are in commercial break here. Goals from McKinnon and Marchand. Sweden has to just abandon ship. Whatever they're doing, they gotta switch it up because Canada is just abusing them with their speed. Sweden's got to start playing a little bit simpler of a game. Get some shots on the net. Maybe get a bounce. Get right back in this game. But as of right now, they just seem a little bit outpowered by this Canadian roster, which is to be expected. And the highlight of that last little segment, though, Dahlin shoving, of all players, McDavid to the ice. Again, we'll see if that has any effect on the game. If Sweden maybe tries to turn this thing a little bit more physical, maybe they think that's their way in. And not really sure what the game plan going in against a stacked Canadian team was going to be for Team Sweden. But whatever it was, it's not really showing up early on in this one. And Sweden, your goal probably coming into this one was to be down by 1 at the end of the first. So they going into the first intermission down by 2 would not be great. So we're back from commercial break here, 5:39 to go. Again, Rasmus Dahlin on the bench. See a highlight of this one here. Dahlin McDavid tied up, and Dahlin just takes his two hands, chest first, shoves McDavid to the ice. Canadian crowd wanted a penalty there. Canada wins the draw here, and they play it back into their own end. Bad out of the air, delayed offsides though, so Sweden will be able to play it up into the Canadian end, but no icing there. So Shea Theodore now will have to play it behind his own net. Gets it to Drew Doughty. Doughty plays it up all the way into the Sweden end. No icing. Gustafsson has to come out to play that one. Elias Pettersson now for Team Sweden. Nice backhand. And here comes Jesper Bratt. Quick 2-on-1 chance. They get the pass off, but not the shot. So another opportunity taken off the board. And they actually took off Sweden's shot. So they have 0 shots once again, 7-0. Now back to the point. Forsling, and there's a shot held on to by Binghamton. That is, yeah, good play by Reinhardt on that 2-on-1 to shut that down. Ekholm would have had a nice look. But yeah, Forsling was able to get Sweden's first shot of the game. A nice, easy glove save. But again, if you're Sweden, you have to get the puck to the net. You ain't going to score if you're not getting shots on the net. So finally, 7 shots to 1. They get on the board in one way or another. Nylander versus McKinnon. McKinnon wins that draw, and Canada is able to play that one back to the point, but Nylander keeps it in now. Nylander spinning near the near boards. Nylander keeps it in now. Quick play up to the point. Sweden with a little bit of momentum. Now that puck gets deflected in front of the net, batted down, and now Canada will be able to have an opportunity to clear it. Now they will. McDavid gets, or that's Crosby actually gets stripped of the puck. Now Canada has some space, and they'll send it all the way down the ice. It actually pops out to Hagel there, but played back behind the net. Now Sweden will have a little bit of time. And that puck will get cleared. Again, it's a round-robin tournament, so one loss is catastrophic here. If you have a regulation loss, that could eliminate you already, depending on what happens in the other games. Hagel and Brodin in the corner, fighting forward, deep in the Sweden end. Dahlin over to help out, played in front, picked off. Now Sweden with some speed. There's a toe drag by Dahlin. Almost was able to get a shot off there, but now it's played up, and now, oh boy, Brad Marchand a couple inches away from batting that one down, having a little bit of a breakaway, but Sweden able to regroup in their own end. Now picked off and big hit there by Elias Pettersson. Or Eriksson Ek. Hedman now has a whole lot of space. You got to take the shot there. He does. It goes wide, pops out for a nice rebound, but nobody there to get it. So now it'll be played back to the point. That one slapped in and glove save again. So there we go. Second shot of the game for Sweden. 18 minutes into this one. So 2:42 to go here in the first period. Shots are 7-2. So Canada hasn't had a shot since that last goal. So Banajad thrown out of the faceoff dot. That'll send William Nylander in yet again. This time he wins it. Back to Hedman. Forsling shot gets batted down, and here comes Canada. Back up the other way. Mitch Marner now. And this is that scary, scary line with McDavid, Reinhardt, and Marner. Pops out to Marner. Marner plays it down low to McDavid. Oh, he gets thrown to the ice. Was unable to get a shot one-on-one with the goaltender there. They still got a pressure situation there. That shot goes wide. And Sweden able to clear the zone. Josh Morrissey plays it around. McDavid hits the deck down low, and Sweden will have time to regroup and clear the zone. But it gets played right to a wide-open Sidney Crosby, who's able to regroup there, and Canada will now have a nice breakout. Erik Karlsson, his pass gets picked off by Cal McCarr. A little bit of a back-and-forth game here with 1:30 to go in the first. Picked off again. Sweden just needs that one good bounce to go their way to get right back into this game. That one slapped around. Cal McCarr unable to hold on to that one, but now he has a wide open lane to get the puck out of the zone, and he will take that. as Canada and Sweden go for some changes. But now it's batted down by the Sweden bench, so that might derail some plans. Pedersen regroups, and now both teams will finally change. 1 minute to go here in the first. Dahlin plays it to Lindholm. Lindholm will finish that zone entry, but it gets played all the way back to the Sweden end. Dahlin. Put across. Was that tipped? Right on net, so no icing. Dowdy gets it up, and here we go. 3-on-2 back the other way for Canada, but nice stick work there by the Sweden defense. And both teams will get some changes here with 25 seconds to go here in the first. Dahlin to Lucas Raymond. Raymond gets a shot on net. That'll be held. So Sweden will at least cut the shot meter in half there. 7-3 now. Score is still 2-0. With 17 seconds to go, we do have a whistle. Yeah, we got a nice little highlight of that McDavid chance, and he's had a couple of chances tonight, just unable to finish. So 17.1 seconds to go here. Offensive zone draw for Sweden. They lose the faceoff, and Canada, I would assume, would clear the zone and try to kill the rest of this period off. They do clear the zone. Carlson tries to get it back in. Sweden does have a little bit of space here. Brott can't get too much, and his shot goes wide with 0 seconds left, and that'll be the end of the period. And Carlson actually shot the puck after the whistle went, and the puck went in the net. It was a good, 5 seconds after the whistle went. Teams are talking a little bit. Brad Marchand a little ticked off, as anyone would be. That was a little bit late of a shot there. But 2-0 after the first. Fun start to this one. So 18 minutes, I believe, will be the amount of time until the next period starts. Like to know what you guys thought of that one. Pretty solid, I would say. You can really tell that Team Canada just has more speed, more physicality, more talent. I think they're just the better team, which again is unfortunate for any Sweden fans, but it was to be expected. So pretty fun first period. Again, Canada just, this is going to be the team to watch. If you aren't going to watch all the games in this tournament, but you want to see some of them, highlight the Canadian games, because this team is just so fun. Again, hopefully we get to see that power play in action some more in the second and third, because that is truly a very, very fun group to watch. Cannot wait for that game Saturday night between the U.S. and Canada. Hopefully the USA are able to take on Finland pretty easily. But yeah, it looks like the USA and the Canada team will face off once on Saturday and potentially again during the championship game. Again, round robin, top 2 teams move on. Very short tournament, as this is a mid-season tournament as well. And we do have that donation goal as well. If somebody wants to fill that one up, you get that out of the way here in the first intermission. Can literally be 99 cents. All we got to do is get those goals, and we are accomplished for the night. Of course, thank you guys for joining this one. We're a third of the way through this game after a 25-minute introduction before the first period. And the biggest thing in these games is we don't want to see any injuries, right? That would be catastrophic for teams going into the playoffs. We see that with baseball all the time. These summer leagues, these winter leagues, they really, hurt teams when guys go down with injuries during non-professional events. So hopefully no injuries occur throughout this tournament. We can just have some fun. Get back to the NHL because we'll be streaming NHL playoffs for sure. There'll definitely be some fun matchups. Unfortunately, will not include Sabres this year, but I'm sure we all could have guessed that before the season started. And goals from Nathan McKinnon and Brad Marchand. Crowd reluctant to cheer for Brad Marchand, but they got to do it, right? Be very interesting to see when this tournament does end, what NHL teams are able to get a boost and what NHL teams kind of take a step back. Again, 2 weeks is a long time to not be playing hockey as a team. So we'll see if they get back to a sloppy start. It'll be fun to watch those first few games from each team, see how this break affected them. And then, of course, you have the All-Star game as well. That'll be a break. And then the trade deadline is coming up as well. A lot of big names on the trade block. So we'll see what happens there. Again, you never know what's going to happen in Pittsburgh, too. I mean, Crosby's been the talk of this game. Could Crosby be on the move? Highly doubt it, but you never know. We saw what happened with Chicago, where they held on to Kane and Taves a little bit too long, right? They wanted to keep them till the end and couldn't get anything for them, and then they're in a rebuild. So Pittsburgh's headed that way too, unfortunately, if they don't move one of Crosby or Malkin and, kind of catch up. We'll see what happens, though. Let me know in the chat who you guys are fans of in the NHL, or if you guys are just some general hockey fans. This tournament, kind of encompasses all teams. Everyone's got something to look for, even if you are a Sabres fan. And this Canadian team just looks stacked, though. Makes you wonder if the Olympics go down with NHL players, what will happen, and then I'll look forward to 2028. And if you're Sweden, I think Sweden played a very solid last 5 minutes of that period. They had some chances, got some shots on net finally. That's the approach you got to take the rest of the game, right? You can't be scared to make mistakes. You got to go at it. You got to get shots on net. You're going to get bounces. You got to get some greasy goals, right? They're the worst team. That's usually what it is in hockey, right? The best team has fancy goals. The worst team has those greasy goals, those goals that are kind of, from the point or, a weird redirection. As a Sabres fan, that's something that I've seen quite a bit. Sweden certainly has some work to do. You cannot go down by 3 goals. 3 goals would certainly be the nail in the coffin. 2 goals, again, still not great, but it is something that you potentially could come back from. So this game is far from over. Still 40 minutes of game time left. Should be a fun end to this one as well. Both teams getting a little bit physical there at the end. Again, Dahlin knocked McDavid to the ice. And then at the very end of the period, Carlson shot the puck into the net with, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds after the whistle went. So Brad Marchand and the rest of Team Canada did not take well to that, as you could imagine. They did say on the broadcast Carlson apologized right after, but I mean, it was pretty blatant. It was way after. Let me know in the chat too if you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help us out quite a bit. Again, we are trying some new stuff out here as we approach the offseason in the NFL, and the Sabres have just been so bad. Let's see, we got 2 new subscribers already today, so that's good to see. If anyone else is new here and would like to subscribe, again, we'll be live with some more of these games. Be live for potentially the championship game. We'll be doing some MLB games, some random NHL games throughout the remainder of the year, playoff NHL. Again, I really like streaming. It's just with the Sabres being so bad, it's tough. So you guys will have to let me know what you guys want to see streamed as well. We put polls out all the time for that sort of stuff as well. I want to stream what you guys want to see. Again, as someone who watches sports all day, every day, there's a plethora of stuff I can pick that I'll be watching that, I could always stream really easily for you guys. Again, Hedman is playing on an opposite wing that he is used to, so that is a storyline going into this. Trying to stack the top defensive core there for Team Sweden, but I think Sweden might have to shift the lines a little bit too. They just didn't seem to really have chemistry in that first period. So we'll see what happens with this group. And Team Canada, they don't have to change anything. That first period was magnificent for them. I don't think they're going to be complaining whatsoever. A little over 6 minutes to go until the start of the second. Be interested to see if Crosby can get himself a goal, if McDavid could get on the board. McDavid had a couple of really nice chances in that first period, but failed to put the puck in the net. And of course, that's the name of the game, right? The crowd is very into it in the first period. We'll see if Canada goes on a little bit of a run and they get some more goals. We could potentially see that crowd, start to calm down a little bit. But I thought they were really into it. It's a good atmosphere, of course, in Montreal, as expected. I'm sure it'll be quite the same in Boston. Got another hockey town, but the only issue is Boston is out of a playoff spot. So how involved Boston folk are going to be in the game of hockey by that time, I don't know. Yeah, a couple days, and the ticket prices were pretty expensive. A little bit over 5 minutes now to go until this puck drop for the second period. And Sweden just needs that one bounce to go their way to get right back in this game. Hockey is a very momentum-based game. Canada was on the board early, and that set the tone for the remainder of the first. But Sweden could certainly take this one into their own hands in the second and get right back in this game. I don't really know what you say as coach for Sweden after that first. I mean, you pretty much got outplayed in every single shape of the imagination. So you really got to improve all factors of your game. This is a big weekend too. You got the Daytona 500, so starting NASCAR again. You got NBA weekend festivities. You got, of course, the Four Nations tournament, which we are streaming right now. You have a spring training starting in 10 days, 8 days for some teams. So yeah, the sports world is starting to come back again. You always have that little bit of a dead period after the Super Bowl, and then we slowly get everything going again until the start of football. Again, if you guys are new here, leave a like on this stream. It helps us out a ton. We are currently at 12 likes. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. We do streams here all the time and some videos regarding Buffalo teams. We will also be doing some baseball videos coming up soon, switching it up a little bit, but trying to expand our horizons a little bit here on the YouTube. Still got 3 minutes to go, though, until the start of the second period. Again, all these teams only have one jersey, so there's not going to be any home or away jerseys. They all have pretty distinct jerseys. I believe Finland's in white, USA's in blue, Sweden, of course, in their yellow, and Canada in their red. So no need for 2 sets of jerseys. All 4 nations have pretty distinct colors. Especially with Finland taking one for the team and going with the white jersey. Which will look pretty sharp on the ice as well. I'm just saying a little more basic than the other teams potentially. So 2 minutes to go now until the puck drop for the second period. Goals from McKinnon and Marchand. Sweden still without one. Didn't get their first shot of this one until around 6 minutes to go in the first period. So tough start for this group, but a lot of these guys haven't played hockey with each other in many years. Again, Team Canada hasn't been together since 2016, and again, that group was a little bit different looking than it is now. A lot of vets, a lot of younger players who haven't played together before. So we will get the game back on here as we are approaching a minute to go until we get back in action. So we're at commercial now, but yeah, goal of this period for Sweden is definitely to get on the board. You got to get a goal. Doesn't matter if you give up one. You got to get on the board. If you get on the board, you have a chance in this game in the second here. Got to be 3-1 or better for Sweden if you want to have a chance at this win. We are still at commercial here as we are approaching around 20 seconds to go until usual puck drop. So here we go. Players back on the ice here. Crowd back in their seats. Upcoming games, we got USA and Finland tomorrow night at 8. Saturday, we got the doubleheader. And then Monday, we have the doubleheader of Canada, Finland, and Sweden, USA. 1 o'clock for the first one and 8 o'clock for the second one. So Team USA's general manager on the scene here, Bill Guerin. We're getting ready to go here for the second period. Again, Monday is President's Day in the United States. So early game. And that's why they're doing that. So Banijad and McKinnon once again on the faceoff. This one won by McKinnon and played back. And we are underway again. Taves slides it up to Makar. McKinnon has it pinned to Stone to McKinnon. Crosby chases it behind the net. To McKinnon. McKinnon back to the point. Taves couldn't keep that cross-crease pass in the zone. That'll be played back in the Sweden end, but now Sweden will get their first look of the period. Sweden's just they got to get a bounce, they got to get a power play, they got to get something to get them going because right now they don't stand a chance. Now McDavid with some speed, he loses the puck. Good job by Dahlin to stand him up. Now McDavid instantly gets the puck again, but Zibanejad rips him up to Jesper Bratt. He clears it, but McDavid with speed. His pass, Tay's just able to get a piece of that one. And that's a great pass up to McDavid. There's a shot held on to. And we'll have a whistle with 18:57 to go. Canada gets their 8th shot of the game. Take another look at that one. Just a great stretch pass there to McDavid, and he's going to continue to fire that puck at the net. Great pass by Makar to get it to him. And these jerseys are sharp. They did release a jersey of all 4 teams in one, and it was pretty ugly. So, and they're charging like, I don't know, $400 for it, or around like $330. If you guys want to take a look at that one online and let me know what you think, it was pretty hideous. Sweden now trying to get some zone time behind the net. Canada clears it down. There's a big hit. Eriksson in the corner. Good job by Canada to get the puck. Oh, and that one slides right in. That shot goes wide, though. So Sweden with a little bit of pressure here. Carlson out the point. Tipped. Oh, good pad save there by Bennington. Oh, that'll be a nice thing. So Canada will have an offensive zone draw coming up here with 17:57 to go in the second. So offensive zone faceoff for Canada here with 17:57 to go. Canada wins the draw here. Nice pass up top to the point. There's a shot by Doughty. It goes over the net and popped right back out for a rebound, but that one fanned on. Braden Point. Oh boy, Theodore got hit and he's holding his right arm going back to the bench. That's something we do not want to see. No injuries, but Theodore in some pain, goes right to the bench. And if Sweden wants to have any chance of this game, they got to get physical. So that would be big for them if Theodore can't go the rest of the game. Something to monitor. Marchand gets stripped, but Tays keeps it in the end. McKinnon gets a stick on it. Now Jesper Bratt gets it down to Carlson, and Carlson will clear it. Now Bratt finally with some speed gets it down low into the Canadian end. But his pass goes all the way back down into the Sweden end. That's something that's been the difference this game is every time Canada brings it into the end, they just have speed. You know, they're getting odd man rushes. Sweden doesn't have that. They're limping the puck to the blue line and clearing, playing dump and chase. And again, that's just something you see with lesser talented teams. Puck goes into the netting here as we look at Shea Theodore. And he's got his glove off, holding his hand. We take a look at this hit and just got crunched into the boards. You got to guess he just crushed his hand there into the boards. Let's see. Yeah, just like his hand got sandwiched between his body and the boards. And now he's going to head to the locker room. So that would be a massive loss for Team Canada if you got to play with one less forward the remainder of the game. Comes Zibanejad to the front of the net. There was a good chance. No goal comes out of it, though, and now Canada trying to get it out. Unable to, but now we have a whistle. Gonna say offside. Puck just got out of the zone there, so Canada gets lucky there. And they'll be able to get a change if they want to. Kempe was the one who delivered the hit on Shea Theodore there. Theodore definitely in some pain there. You got to guess. Maybe a dislocated finger. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a sprain of some sort. Maybe something with a meniscus in his hand. Reinhardt out good. Pad save there by Gustafsson. And Sweden will clear it all the way down the ice. Does it have enough for icing? They say it does. Just barely. So 15:37 to go here. We'll have an offensive zone face-off for Canada. They do have a little bit of a program they're promoting after this tournament. They will have a show about it. Something the NHL does a lot. They have a lot of shows behind the scenes stuff, but it's after it happens, right? I think they do a good job marketing after, but not before events happen. Crosby behind the net. Hedman does a good job stripping him of the puck, and Hedman will get the puck up to Zibanejad, and here comes Sweden back the other way. Brodin backhands it all the way to Parenko, though, and Parenko played up to Taze. Taze to Crosby. Again, we'll have to look for different pairings here as Theodore's out. Eriksson Ek, and now Sweden with a little bit of speed, and they call it an offside. So it would have been a nice opportunity there if they didn't, but Crosby goes to the bench now with the remainder of his line with 14:56 to go. Face-off just outside the Canadian end. Canada wins the draw. Over-under on goals right now is 5.5. 2 up to this point. Here comes Sweden with some speed. Nice backhand, and here we go. Here's a chance. Backhand. Good pad save there, and oh boy. And Cirelli slides in the net and knocks it off, so we'll have a whistle here. A nice chance by Lucas Raymond, but couldn't shift it over to the forehand, so he really only had one choice, and that was a backhand that went right off the pad and out of play. Yeah, kind of off the pad there and potentially off the end of the goalie stick as well, but got a good chance there by Sweden, but good defense by Canada to not allow Raymond any real estate. Also notice the dots here, the face-off dots have 4 corners, a red quarter for Canada, white for Finland, blue for USA, and a yellow one for Sweden. It's tough to tell on the TV broadcast. It just kind of looks like a red dot, but if you zoom in on it, it does look pretty solid. So Canada iced the puck, so 14:33 now, and Sweden will have an offensive zone draw. Now we have a little bit of an issue with the camera behind the net. There's a pad beneath the camera. So they're trying to fix that now. We have a little bit of a stoppage here. So Sweden wins the draw. Shot goes wide. Marchand does a nice job to get that one up. Puck's bouncing, but it does get out to center ice. And here comes Braden Point with some speed. He's got an open Marchand. Puck never got to him. Marchand, though, digs it. And then right in front of the net, they take a shot. It's loose right in front. Oh, my goodness. A great chance there for Braden Point, but he couldn't get the rebound. And now Sweden will get the puck with Carlson, and he will clear the zone. So Canada put a little bit of pressure there on Team Sweden. Again, if Sweden goes down by 3 goals, I find this one hard to come back from. Hedman gets a stick on it, but now Canada quick up the other way again. Oh, that one's not going to stay on sides, though. Offsides. A little bit of indecisiveness from Canada there as we head to commercial break. 13:48 to go. Good stick by Carlson to break up that pass. Would have been potentially Marchand's second goal of the game. So Sweden's done a nice job taking off some pressure from Canada, but at the end of it all, Sweden unable to really get any offense going besides that one nice chance by Lucas Raymond. Sweden just has to stay on the attack. You need a goal. You got to get a chance here. You just got to have a chance in this one. Right now, you don't have a chance down 2 goals. So we'll see if their game plan changes up again. Again, you gotta switch up lines, do something. Again, Theodore out. We don't know how long, if it'll be for the remainder of the game or not, but that would be a big development for Sweden if they could get a little bit more tired of a Canada team. But again, most of these guys should be rested. It's been several days since the last NHL game. These teams have practiced the last couple of days, but that shouldn't take too much out of them. So still at commercial break here with 13:48 to go. This Canadian team just has to keep the offensive pressure. I think they got to push for another goal, though. If they can get one more goal, they can certainly get Sweden pushing a little too hard, and then the rest of the game will come easy to them, right? You kind of just sit back, play defensive, but right now, I think they're kind of in limbo. They're undecided. If Canada can get one more goal, this thing's over. I think Canada's just gotta push, gotta send their best guys out there, get McDavid out there, maybe try a couple more all-in scenarios. So we are back from the commercial break now. Showing the Brad Marchand mic'd up segment. Showing a couple of Sweden fans in the crowd, pretty displeased. Canada wins the draw, but Sweden able to get a stick on it. Eriksson Ek now. Puts it up. Reinhart now behind the net. It's pinched now along the near boards. Canada does end up getting the puck out, though. And it's turned over to McDavid, and here's one of those chances. McDavid turns away from it, though. Wants to set it up. He'll get it to the net. That pass goes to nobody, though. Reinhart couldn't find it. And Sweden able to clear the zone with Lucas Raymond. Oh. Almost a collision in front of the Canadian net, but just avoided it there. Now Sweden will have a little bit of time behind their own net. Hedman backhands it around. Turnover to Stone. Stone, good save by Gustafsson. Point blank chance, but he shot it a little bit far there from the circle. And here comes Sweden back the other way, 2-on-2. Taze gets a stick on that one. It was unable to get to Hedman. And back up the other way. McKinnon will slap it down. That's going to be an icing, though. So 12:29 to go. Icing, bringing it back in the Canadian end. Taking a look at that Stone chance. Just tried to go top shoulder, short side. Did not work out for him. Face off deep in the Canadian end. Sweden wins the draw. There's a slapper. That one right on Binghamton. He will hold on to that one. So quick whistle there. Yeah, you got to get a piece of that one in front of the net, though. It's just a point blank shot, easy save. Got to get a deflection on that one. But shots are now 11-7. So again, Sweden's been slowly crawling back into this game. It's just they just can't find the back of the net. So another offensive zone faceoff. This time Canada wins it, and Taze will grab that puck. It's it up to Makar. Off Marchand's stick, so it won't be an icing. Dahlin backhands it. But Doughty, plenty of space to play it over. And Point gets upended, and here comes Sweden back the other day with some numbers. Forsberg with some speed around. There's a shot, but that one gets blocked. Held in by Dahlin. Patterson. Down low, but now Canada has the puck, and they'll slowly get it out. Forsling. Forsling bodies Point. Dahlin now. Plays it to Elias Pettersson. There's some changes going on. And Pettersson will just bring it to the red line and flick it in. That one will be on net and held on to. So 11:27. We'll have another face-off in the Canadian end. So face-off in the Canadian end here. Sweden wins the draw there with Nylander. Back to Carlson. Nylander, and here comes Canada back the other way. 2-on-2. Sorelli gets it to the red line. He'll chip it all the way in. Carlson beats him to the puck, though, and Carlson flips it to the middle. Dangerous pass there, but that one does connect. And now Taze gets it. That one goes all the way to the Sweden net, and that one's going to be covered up by Gustafsson. So face off in the Sweden net. Now they are highlighting the physical play, and there has been some good hits this game. So yeah, I think that we've answered our question there. They're definitely playing more of a hockey style game than an all-star style game. And again, can't wait to see what that USA-Canada game looks like. A game we haven't really got to see since 2016 in full effect. Of course, we've got World Junior games. We've got Olympic games with non-NHL rostered players, but we haven't really gotten the highest level USA versus Canada game in so long. So behind the net, Sweden rips. Doughty, Hedman, down low. There's a chance. Score! Jonas Brodin from the point. And all of a sudden, we have a one-goal game. Binghamton had no idea it was coming. And Sweden gets right back in the game. Again, only 2 less shots now. Good little rotation here again. Just slid it over to the corner and, yeah, just surprised them with a shot, a snipe over the top shoulder. And all of a sudden, this game is a game. Yeah, it didn't deflect off anything, just went right off the helmet of Binghamton and in. So 10:27 to go here, a 1-goal game. So face-off won by Sweden. Played into the Canadian end. Cal McCarr behind his own net. He'll sit and watch Canada regroup. Morrissey now. His pass goes nowhere. It's going to be an icing with 10:07. So Brodin, definitely not on my bingo card to score a goal tonight, but he does. John Cooper looks pretty stunned behind the bench. How that one went in. But anyway, Sweden with an offensive zone faceoff here. Just over 10 minutes to go in the second period. Job by Sweden in the corner to maintain possession. They'll play it all the way around to a point. That'll be Victor Hedman. Victor Hedman quickly to Nylander. Nylander shot on net, but that one gets blocked in front. Back out to Hedman. Another shot. Oh, it's loose in front. And covered up. Whew. All of a sudden, Sweden is buzzing. 9:51 here. And we will head to another commercial break. Sweden back in the game. That is a very solid start for Sweden to the second half of the game. But again, Sweden just got to keep the pressure on. The whistle came at a perfect time for Team Canada. Sweden looking a little bit revitalized after that goal too. Had a couple nice zone entries, but of course the commercial break might kill it. Canada, one of those nations that is always expected to win hockey tournaments. Again, you never know if Russia gets back into the mix in these next couple of years. They're certainly a team that can get thrown into the top of the group. Of course, USA, and then you got Finland and Sweden, who are always pesky players in it as well. Every other nation is pretty much there just to cause havoc. You never know. Germany is on the rise, but you got like France, England, Czechia, some of those other teams that aren't really expected to win, but they could have a couple upsets that change how things go. We are getting ready to come back from commercial break here. And Team Canada, a little bit shocked here after that goal. Got John Cooper on the bench. Quick letter interview here. He's saying, Canada's got to get this puck in at the offensive end. Can't be messing around. And I'd agree. Like I said, I think Canada's got to just kind of go all in here. They know they have the better team. You just go all in, get a goal real quick, and shut this down. But Sweden now with 10 shots, Canada with 11. Sweden with the 3-on-2 back the other way now. Play it back. It's loose in front. Now played to a corner. Nylander gets it back to the point. Hedman down low to Carlson. Carlson, his shot gets blocked at the line, and that will go outside. Now Sweden right back in. Nylander now open wing. His shot gets deflected. Oh, what a good look there. Brought behind the net now. Plays it to William Nylander. Nylander gets to the point. Hedman down low. Carlson, his shot. He gets blocked yet again. Carlson steps up, though, and he keeps that one in. Plays it to an open wing, but its advantage he had wasn't there, so that'll go outside the zone. Now he skates it backwards, something you couldn't do if you're Sweden. You allowed Canada to get a change in there. And now a quick breakaway chance, but goalie plays that one away for Canada. So Sweden definitely buzzing around here, feeling a little more energy after they scored that goal. Oh, Canada almost caught with too many men on the ice. That was close. They're going to say they're fine, though. Again, you're going to see stuff like that all tournament long. These guys are not used to playing with each other under these coaches. Nice pass there, 3-on-2 for Sweden. Oh, that pass gets deflected, though. Good job by Parenko to break that 3-on-2 opportunity up. Sweden comes back the other way. That full range shot goes wide, and now Braden Point's able to backhand it to the blue line, up and all the way deep into the Sweden end. Good job by Forsling and Elias Pettersson to turn that puck over, but now it gets played behind the Sweden net yet again. And Sorelli finds a wide open Cal McCarr. That shot gets blocked right in front. Good block there, and a good stick to clear the zone. And now we have an offsides on Canada. So Shea Theodore to the X-ray room. Right wrist appears to be a little bit swollen. And that will play a factor later in the game if Canada is down a defenseman. And playing with only 5 defensemen here for half the game. That does take an effect on a team, and it might not, really hurt Team Canada, as this is the first game of this tournament. All these players should be pretty fresh, but it'll certainly limit the amount of energy guys like Cal McCarr have. There's a nice backhand chance from Canada. They scored! No! It was so close. And now they're blowing it down. Let's see if it went in or not. They're going to say Dahlin got a stick on it, but I don't know. McKinnon thinks it went in. They blew it down. Let's take a look at this one here. Taking another look at the replay. McKinnon went cross crease, a nice backhand. Then McKinnon got a piece of it. No, that definitely didn't go in, right? Dahlin with a nice play. Again, used to doing that with the Sabres here, saving goals, and yeah, definitely didn't go in. So Sawyer, how's it going? Can't watch the stream because you are unpacking. Have a good trip. Hopefully that goes well for you. But what a save there by Rasmus Dahlin to keep Sweden in this one. Now they're bringing the faceoff all the way back in the Sweden end. Very interesting there. Again, if you guys are new, leave a like on this stream and subscribe. Helps us out a ton. But Canada wins the draw there. Cal McCarr. Up top to Marner. There's a slap shot from Parenko, held on to by Gustafsson with 6:48 to go. Currently at 12 likes. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps us out a ton here. Currently up 2 subscribers on the night. Canada wins the draw, but it plays right to William Nylander, and he will use his speed to get that puck over at the blue line. Nice play. Down low to Raquel. He tried to pop it out to Nylander. Now it'll be played to a point. Edmund. And now, potential breakaway for Crosby. His shot goes wide. Crowd reacted like it went in. They were expecting a goal right in front for Crosby again. Good defense by Hedman there. Now was Zibanejad. Nice play there. And Hedman will get up to the red line. And I think his team's going to go for a change. So he's going to hold it. No, yes, now they do. Tried to find Jesper Bratt, but pass was a little off. So he elected to go to the bench instead. Probably the smart idea there for Sweden to regroup. Brad Marchand can't handle it, and he turns it over behind the net. Elias Pettersson now backhands it to the side of the net. Ooh, big hit in the corner there. And now Marchand finally able to clear the zone. But a nice job by Forsberg to knock it down. Carlson now takes it in with some speed. Finds Kempe, back down low to Carlson. Carlson, cross crease. That to Kempe. Kempe missed the net. See, Carlson keeps it in, though. Unload to Forsberg, but now Canada will regroup with the puck, and they will clear it. See if Sweden can get it in before Canada can make a change. They're getting some guys off the ice, and now they're just going to dump it and probably change themselves. Picked off by Sweden. Puck into an open corner for Sweden. There's a shooting lane. Arvidsson. Back to the point. Dahlin. Oh, what a play. Oh, my goodness, off the side of the net. Cross crease pass. And now McDavid rips that one 2-on-2 back the other way for Canada. He'll chip it in. Sweden does a nice job there to clear the zone. They might have some numbers back if they hurry. They're just going to chip it the rest of the way down the ice. Dahlin's save was pretty crazy. It sure was, and we've seen some saves like that with the Sabres. Back to the point now, and Hedman can't keep it in for Sweden. So now delayed offsides, and Reinhart has plenty of time as he passes it back to Taves behind the Canadian bench. Now Doughty, cross crease. Over to Hedman. Comes Jesper Bratt. Trying to find an open guy. He plays it down low. Cal McCarr gets crushed to the ice. Another big hit along the boards, but now Canada 3-on-2 back the other way with Morrissey leading the way. Sorelli, nice cross crease pass right in front of the net. Wide open net, but no one can get to it for Canada. Now Sweden back the other way. 3-on-2. Raymond waits, finds a lane, but that shot unable to find the back of the net. Now a slapper from the point. That one blocked in front, played to a corner, and Carlson unable to handle that one, and that'll be cleared to center ice. So Sweden looking really good right now. Raquel now. Raquel still behind the net now. It's pinned. Good job by Taves to trap him. Zibanejad now turned over in front of the net. Nylander couldn't get anything out of it. And Canada with some speed now. Here comes Crosby. Forsling trying to shut him down. He gets the pass and they score! Mark Stone! What a play by Crosby to get it to Stone. And Canada goes back up by 2. With 2:32 to go in the second, it was all Sweden for the last 5 minutes. And one shot puts Canada back in a very favorable position in this game. What a job by Crosby along the far wing, just half circle, finds the wide open Stone in the middle. Oh, rough play by Sweden there defensively. And Dahlin on the ice for that one. So 2:32 to go here in the second. Canada back up by 2 goals. A very fun last 5 minutes, though. Back and forth action. Sweden actually having some offensive chances, but all for nothing as Canada gets back up by 2. And now Canada will see if they can use that momentum to their advantage and potentially get some more here before the end of the second. Dahlin behind the net gets to Elias Pettersson. Pettersson Clears the zone, but Canada was just waiting for it there, and now they'll bring it right back across the blue line. Dahlin now. He's got some space. He'll get it up to Kempe, but Makar shuts that one down pretty quickly. Good job by Pettersson, though. And now a 2-on-1 back the other way. A quick one. Pettersson runs out of options, though, and he's not going to do anything. He's just going to hold with the puck and pass it back to the point. There's a slap shot. That one blocked by Point in front. Pettersson to Carlson, back to an open wing. Fake slapper there. And Sweden would love to get back into this game with a goal here before the end of the second. They got some zone time here. Lindholm back to the point. Carlson now looking for a lane. He takes a shot. It's loose in front. Bennington's looking behind him. And he's got it under him, but wow. Sprawled out. It was under his pads, but he slid all the way back into the net. Potential goal there, but did not get past him. So we're going to go to commercial here with 1:26 to go. So one more commercial break here before the end of the second. So very unfortunate for Sweden. They had a chance there. They were really buzzing, and Canada just put it right back in the net to end that run. So a little bit of time left here when we get back from commercial break, but then we will be on to the intermission. Sweden certainly needs another goal, and soon, if they want any chance in this one. Again, they have to stay within one. Have to stay within one, and right now it's 2. So like I said, 3-1 was the worst case scenario that they would have a realistic chance, and it is 3-1 right now. So we're getting ready to come back here. Still a little bit of time to go here in the second period. We'll see what they can do. You know what you guys think about this game so far in the chat. Chat going 1:26 to go here left in the second period. Crosby, story of the game so far, 2 very nice assists. So again, Canada can kind of shift into a defensive game in the third period if the score stays the way it is in the second here. So face off deep in the Canadian end. Sweden wins the draw. Carlson up top. There's a shot. Now it's turned over, and Canada able to clear the zone. Hedman, his pass goes nowhere. Morrissey shuts that one down for Canada. Now McDavid with some space. McDavid back to the point. So the net, Marner goes down. McDavid plays it back to the point to Morrissey. Morrissey, wide open Reinhart, but he's unable to handle the pass. He skates to the puck, though, in the corner. Reinhart over to Morrissey. Morrissey, oh, he tried to slip behind the net and shoot one out to the bumper spot, but pass was interrupted. And Carlson gets the puck out. He's going to show a little bit of speed there, rushing it into the Canadian end. His pass opens the advantage, and that shot just goes wide. Good chance there, but 25 seconds to go here, and it looks like Canada is just going to kind of play it safe here, play it up to the line, tip it into the end. No icing there. Sweden, potentially one more rusher in the second. Eriksson Ek to Ekholm. But now Makar gets it, plays it over to Tays, and Tays with 4 seconds is just going to clear the zone. And we're going to have a nice thing with potentially 0.2 seconds to go in the period. Let's see what they decide to do here. Take another look at that replay, and that shot went off McDavid's stick and almost into the net, but just wide. So almost an unlucky play there. See, they're going to put 0.7 on the clock here for the offensive zone faceoff on the icing. So we'll see if Sweden could maybe get a quick shot attempt, maybe a goal. You never know. Seven-tenths of a second here. Sweden tries to shoot it off the draw. It goes nowhere, and that'll be the end of the second. So 3-1 Canada, 14 shots for Canada, 12 shots for Sweden. So better period for Sweden, but the score remains a 2-goal deficit. So 18 minutes to go until the start of the third. So a very, very solid period for Sweden, but still remain down by 2 goals. That is tough. So again, Sweden just has to, they got to keep putting shots on the net here in the third, get maybe one more bounce. If they can get it within one, they certainly have a chance to win this game, but they need goals, and they're going to need them quick, right? Canada definitely the better team overall this game. Again, Crosby looking as healthy as ever. 2 very nice assists. Goals from Canada by McKinnon, Marchand, and Stone. Or Sweden's goal kind of came out of nowhere too, but that's what you got to do. You got to get those freaky goals against these more talented teams in this tournament. And that's certainly what Finland's going to have to do. But Sweden already getting the full brunt of Team Canada. And again, only 1 power play through 2 periods. Very, very intriguing there. You would think maybe there'd be a little bit more, but a physical game with only 1 power play is pretty rare. See if that trend continues in this game, or if we have a few more. Again, Sweden's going to be pushing, so maybe they do commit some penalties in the third period. But yeah, if you're a fan of hockey, I think this has been a fun game to watch. Definitely a solid back and forth game. You take away that first period, and we have a very even game. Just Sweden came out a little flat. Canada came out buzzing. I'm sure the crowd has a lot to do with that as well. Home ice advantage. And that's the only issue with this tournament is all the games take place in North America. So tough for the European squads. But that's just the way it goes when you play in the NHL. North America is the hockey capital of the world. And the rest of Canada's schedule, they will play Saturday night against USA, and then Monday against Finland. The USA get started against Finland tomorrow night. They'll move on to play Canada Saturday, and then Sweden on Monday. Still a whole lot of time to go here in the intermission. We are still 1 donation away from hitting our goal for tonight. up to 13 likes on the stream. If you guys are new here and haven't liked, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. We're up a couple subscribers tonight, so that's always good. Again, we do streams all the time, videos up. Up another 2 subscribers since the last time I checked. Good stuff there. If you guys want to see the highlight of the first goal in my reaction, we just uploaded a short as well. So if you guys want to take a look at that one real quick, let me know what you think of that goal. But definitely a fun game for hockey fans. Got 5 minutes left on that donation ticker. Again, if you guys are new here and you want to donate it, all it's got to be is like a 99-cent donation. We will hit our goal there. Again, if you're new here, leave a like and subscribe at this intermission report. Still got a little bit of time left before the third period starts. Sweden's going to have to be very aggressive in this third period. They need goals. Canada can sit back, but that is where kind of the factors of this tournament play in, because you don't have a team that really does that sit back in Team Canada, right? They have a lot of playmakers. They don't really know how to play defensive. So maybe they do find themselves a little bit weaker of a team with the lead. Whereas if they are down, I'm sure they can get goals, right? Some of those things we got to look for. Maybe they have too much star power and not enough players that are used to playing that lockdown style of hockey. Maybe that will allow Team Sweden to gain a little bit more momentum in the third period. Just spitballing, of course. I think Canada is going to win this game for sure, but you never know. And bang, there it is. Truth hits the goal. Thank you, Truth. Welcome back to the stream. Truth is one of our loyalists here on the channel. Thank you for donating, Truth. Thank you guys for joining this one. Absolute stud in the chat. W Truth in the chat. But yeah, Sweden's gotta play more aggressive for sure. Absolutely has to play more aggressive. I've been very impressed with Crosby's game. Again, a guy who's getting a little bit older, but I mean, he looks like one of the best players on the ice still. So that's cool to see. Watching the end of the next game here. It looks like the Knicks are going to hang on. Back-to-back wins on back-to-back nights. And these games do go a little bit later. It did start a little bit later, so this game probably won't end until around 11:30, 11:45-ish. We're still around 8 minutes to go until the third period gets going. I mean, if you're Team Canada right now, you really got to just stick with your game, right? You can't try to change it up. You can't try to play a game style that you're not comfortable with. Just keep playing your game. I don't see Sweden getting 2 goals if both teams continue to play how they're playing. So I think that's got to be the goal of the game here. And if all things hang on, Canada will move to 1-0, get their 3 points, which is a big 3 points again. 3 points for regulation wins in this tournament. Should be a pretty fun third period though. Again, you got one team pushing, one team potentially sitting back. I think from a Sabres point of view, Darlene's played a solid game, looked a little bit nervous to start, but had that big save. And after that, he really started stepping into the game. I think they got to give him more ice time. Again, they're giving a lot of ice time to Carlson and Hedman, their first duo, which they played all right. But Sweden really is going to have to step it up this game for sure. This next game just got crazy. We got a tie game here after the Knicks are up by around 5 points with 7 seconds to go. So see what happens there. Again, sports are kind of in that dead zone right now where we're kind of waiting for baseball, waiting for motorsports to get going. We got NBA in full effect, but they got their break coming up as well. And the NHL has this tournament and then the push for the playoffs. So I'll give my final prediction here. I think Canada's going to win this game. I'll go 4-2 in this one. I got Crosby getting a goal, and I'll say Zibanejad gets one for Sweden. See how close I come with my official prediction there. Around 5 minutes to go here before they drop the puck for the third period. They're dragging this game out a little bit. We'll see if they do that for all these games or if this was just kind of the opening ceremony, a little 20-minute bonus for us tonight. End of the next game here. We got 2.9 seconds on the clock. Tie game. We'll see if the Knicks can get a bucket to win it here. That game's going to OT. Just forced enough shots, man. That never understand that in basketball. When you got a chance to win it there with like a few seconds left, and they literally just get it to their one player, and he just takes a horrible look. It's just always predictable, right? The teams could win games a lot easier, going a little more unpredictable, giving it to a big man down low to just easy layup or something instead of taking a contested shot like that. We still have around 4 minutes to go here until the start of the second or the third. Got a game in the NBA going on right now. We got Dallas and Golden State. Dallas winning right now, but of course, fresh off that Luka trade, Dallas in a rough spot as far as basketball goes. little bit over 2 minutes to go here before we get back into the game. Skinner, how's it going? How's it going? Skinner, what do you think about this game so far, this tournament? A little protest if Darlene doesn't get up to the first pair. Yeah, I completely agree. He needs to get more ice time. That first pair has been pretty slow between Hedman and Carlson. They started to pick it up a little bit in the second period, but that first period was really rough for that group. And Darlene does look a little bit shaky out there, but he definitely turned it on after making that good save. Bone says Sweden should start flopping like some Swedish fish. Yeah, and I mean, that's what they did in the first period, right? Brandon, how's it going? Got just over a minute here. Bacon says Skinner thinks Yoki Haru is the best defenseman on this Sabres. I certainly hope not. Certainly hope not. Yoki Haru, I mean, again, the fact that he is in this tournament amazes me, but I guess that's how weak this Finnish defensive core has gotten with all the injuries going around in the league. So, of course, Finland is expected to be the worst team out of these four, but you never know. New England sports guy says Skinner also thinks JJ Peterka is second coming of Jesus. Hey, I'm a big JJ Peterka fan as well, but he's certainly having an underwhelming year. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Yoki Haru is just he's been brutal this year. So the fact he's in this, I mean, good for him, but it just shows you how weak that Finnish team is going to be. So we're getting ready to start the third period here in Montreal. Again, predominantly a Canadian crowd. Canadian teams definitely looked a little bit better, but they got a little bit lazy there in the second period, and Sweden had some chances. Yeah, you've always thought Canada will win. I agree. I think Canada will win. Nylander has looked slow. Yeah, he looked a little bit slow, but he had a couple fast zone entries there at the end of the second. Finland won't have a chance. Instant -11 for the tournament. Yeah, can't disagree with that. Can't disagree with that. Brandon with the big donation. One time, me and my friend were in the car, straight up, and some idiot cop pulled us over for an unlawful. Yep. I mean, dare I say I was the friend in this situation. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, we had a little baseball trip on our way to Cleveland, and yeah, Brandon may have been exceeding the speed limit a little bit accidentally, but we are back underway here for the third period. W Brandon in the chat. W Brandon in the chat. $19:49 to go here in the game. Again, Canada just has to play a very laid back game. Back to the point. There's a slapper. It gets loose wide. McKinnon slaps it around to the corner, and Canada's able to clear it there. Good hit check by Hedman there as William Nylander slides it over. Sweden will clear it all the way down. No icing, no good hustle by Zibanejad, and he'll swing it out to the point. Hedman now to the net. That one goes wide. Sam Reinhart, the stick on it, bounces back to Taze. And now Stone will bring it to the red line and clear it all the way in the zone. McDavid now. A little bit of space. You can't let that happen. Slapper to the point. That one held on to by Gustafsson. So we will have another face-off of 19:03 to go in the Sweden end. We have 16 likes now. If you guys are new, leave a like on the stream and subscribe. Helps us out a bunch for sure. Shea Theodore will not return. That is the news we have heard. Up another subscriber. That's great to see. Canada wins the draw, and McDavid now takes it beneath the Sweden end. Quickly turned over right back to McDavid. McDavid back to the point. Rishak gets batted down right before it got to Gustafsson. That could have been a goal if that one didn't get batted down, but now it gets cleared out by Sweden. Jesper Bratt gets a touch on it. Now Eriksson Ek muscles it up into the corner. McDavid's still out there. He's been out there a while. And Canada had a chance at a breakaway, but Carlson wins the race there. Skinner says Vegas found their new limited time. Oh, they score! Adrian Kempe out of nowhere, and Sweden right back in the game again. Unbelievable. I'm reading the chat. I'm going to have to look at this replay. Skinner, I agree, though. Adrian Kempe. Let's take a look at this one. Nice little touch pass there. Kempe just beat Binghamton from damn near center ice. Truth, welcome back. Kempe, big goal there. And all of a sudden, we got ourselves a game again. 18 minutes to go here in the third. Sweden only down by 1. Again, I said goaltending could be the weak spot for this Canadian team, and pretty weak goal there given up. And now Sweden comes in with some speed again. We saw last time Sweden scored a goal, they had a lot of pressure, but then Canada got one opportunity and just so happened to go in the back of the net to shut down all the momentum. Hedman now closes out. Sweden putting some pressure on. They got their D-men in deep here. Pettersson gets a touch on the puck. Brodin pinches. Brodin and Forsberg. So long at the far boards, and now Canada will get it with some space. Cal McCarr gets it down low to Braden Point. He'll clear it the rest of the way down the ice. Now, Sweden doesn't have to play a panic game. Now only down 1. They can kind of relax a little bit. True says, let's go Amherst. Yeah, Amherst play next, I believe, on Friday. They're on quite the win streak. They're looking good. Canada plays it in to the Sweden end. Stone plays it to the point. To Parenko. Crosby behind the net can't hang on to that one. Nylander gets a stick on it. He'll get it to Hedman. Hedman now gets it up, batted out of the air. And Sweden will be able to get some changes here. Got to be careful to not have too many men on the ice. That one goes up and out of play, so. And now they are playing Mr. Brightside. Yep. Only the Bills could have just won one more game. They would have had a chance. But again, at least the Eagles won the Super Bowl, so we could have a little bit more relaxed of an offseason. Could be potentially the end of the Chiefs dynasty in the NFL, but I'm not gonna make that statement. Zibanejad bumped out of the face-off window. Nylander now will take the face-off against McDavid. McDavid wins that one back. Nylander now up top. There's a shot. That one gets blocked in front. Good block shot by Reinhart there. Now Cal McCarr skates it backwards into his own end as everyone regroups here. Cal McCarr finds the middle. That one deflected, so no icing. There's a big hip. Forsling got crushed in the corner there, so Canada was going to retain possession here in the corner. Eriksson now. It's out to Brat. And oh, they got confused there. They thought it was a delayed offsides because the arm went up, but it wasn't. And Canada got a nice chance there, but nothing came out of it. But they still have zone time now, and Sweden's going to be mad about that one. The ref's arm did go up for a delayed offsides, but I guess he thought they touched up. Now Eriksson. He finally gets it out, and Sweden will be able to get a change. Canada will do the same as they have the puck with Cal McCarr, and now Drew Doughty plays up to Marchand. Marchand now. Earboards to Ekholm. It's down low, and Marchand picks that one off, and he'll bring it up slowly to the blue line. And now they're going to say offsides. So 14:36 to go here. So again, yeah, 3 points for regulation win, 2 points for a win in the overtime or shootout. And then, of course, the loser point for a shootout or overtime loss. Brodin couldn't handle that one along the boards, and McKinnon now gets it. There's a hit. And Lucas Raymond out of the dressing room for Sweden, so that's not good news for them at all. One of their top stars there. Nice backhand pass to Hedman. Hedman waiting for someone to get in front of the net. Cross crease pass finds nobody. Sweden able to keep it in the zone, though. There's a good chance in front of the net, but big save there by Binghamton. And they did say Lucas Raymond back on the bench now, so not gone for long. Good pickoff there by Dahlin, and Dahlin will skate it up with some speed. He's going to push, but a shot gets blocked there, and it stays in play. Played to a far wing. Ekholm keeps it in. But Canada now with speed back the other way. Who else but Connor McDavid with a whole lot of speed. Here he comes. Tries to do the wraparound, but couldn't hold on to it for the entirety of it. And Jesper Bratt loses the puck in front of that. But Gustafsson holds on with 13:01 to go. Now we'll probably go to a commercial break. Yep. So we got ourselves a game here. So very exciting finish potentially for this game. Sweden just needs to keep the pressure on, try to get one more goal. Again, these points are very crucial. So even if Sweden could just get that 1 point and limit Canada to 2 points, that would be massive for not only the loser of that overtime or shootout game, but also the other two teams that would now only need potentially one regulation win and one shootout win to make it to the finals. Touching Swedes. And the Swedes, they've turned it on. I didn't think they came out pretty weak. I was a little bit worried we might have a blowout here, but they've definitely turned on their game. And Canada's honestly looked a little sloppy since the end of the first period there. Other than that one goal they've had since then, they've looked pretty bad. Still not giving up a whole lot of scoring chances, but again, 2 goals from kind of weak shots. So we'll see if we can find ourselves in overtime this game, or if Canada can hang on and win this one in regulation. Again, that would be a big 3 points. All you really need is two regulation wins in this tournament. You should be fine to move on to the tournament or the championship that only has 2 teams of these 4. Still in commercials though. So we now have 15 people in here. If you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Help us out a ton. We're up to 18 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. We're up another subscriber, 2646. Good number. We'll see if we could get maybe 1 or 2 more today. That would mean a lot. Taking a look at the replay here at McDavid, and yeah, just a whole lot of speed there. Tried the wrap around, but it did not go. So offensive zone faceoff as we return from commercial break for Canada. So Hedman behind his own net to Brett. Now turned over. McDavid gets it down to Doughty. Doughty's shot gets tipped by Hedman and up and out of play. So we'll have another offensive zone faceoff for Team Canada. We might have MLB move here. Alex Bregman of the Red Sox. Whew. AL East continues to get better. There's a shot from the point, held on to by Gustafsson. So 12:33 to go. We'll have another offensive zone faceoff. Faceoff won by Sweden. They'll get the puck up. A nice little move there. But William Nylander failed to find anyone with his pass, so that'll go all the way down to Cal Makar behind his own net. Makar will have a little bit of trouble getting it outside the zone. And Pettersson gets it back to a point, but nobody's there. It goes all the way down the ice. So 12 minutes to go here, and now you're starting to feel a little bit of desperation for Sweden. Still time, but got to get some chances. Oh, big hit there. Hagel had the hit. There's a nice little shot by Sweden, but nice save there. And here comes Canada back the other way with Hagel. Gustafsson behind the net, puts a stick on it. A nice touch pass there, and here comes Sweden back with speed, 3-on-3. Zibanejad out wide, gets it to the front of the net. No one there. To an open point, though. Carlson, his shot, gets blocked. I don't know if Carlson's had a shot on net yet. All of his shots seem to just keep getting blocked right in front of him. And that gets cleared, and that'll be an icing. So offensive zone faceoff coming up for Sweden with 11:07 to go. So offensive zone faceoff here for Sweden. And there's a chance. Oh, they score! There it is. Joel Eriksson Ek on a nice pass from Jesper Bratt. And Sweden ties the game at 3. We have a heater. With 11:01 to go, the crowd's dead silent. They cannot believe it. Take a look. A nice pass there. And just a cross creaser. And Binghamton goes down. He thinks he's got to save one on Bratt, but cross creaser and Eriksson Ek has half the net to shoot at. Drew says Lafferty, Clifton, and Cousins. Who goes first and when? Bills could add Keenan Allen too, maybe move up to get a defensive end. Yeah, I'd love to trade for a Myles Garrett. I think they need definitely a pass rusher. And as far as the first question goes, trading Lafferty. Oh, 2-on-1 back the other way for, and it slows down. They're going to say it was offside. So going back to your question there, I would say Cousins is probably the most likely to get moved just because I don't think any team wants Clifton or Lafferty. If they do take either one of those two, I think Lafferty maybe for a late round pick at the deadline. But 10:50 to go here. We have a 3-3 game. Eriksson Ek loses the draw. It gets played back to Doughty. See if Canada switches up their game plan a little bit here, right? They've been sitting back a little bit, not a whole lot of offense. Maybe they go all in here and try to get a goal right back. 10:36 to go here in regulation. If you're Sweden, you got to keep the pressure on. You can't let Canada get going. Carlson steals it now. And Raymond gets it down, and Canada will go for a quick change. So will Sweden. Oh, offsides there. Oh, boy. Marner tried to keep that onsides to get it up to McDavid, but it was just offsides. The Knicks hold on to get the win. Just saw that there. Trae Young unable to put it in, and then a three-pointer misses at the buzzer. Wow. Shouldn't have got to that point. Should not have got to that point, but we'll take it. Another big win. But Sweden now in the offensive zone. That one immediately goes out of play, so 10-14 now. Canada wins the draw there, but Forsberg gets down below. It's going on slash. Nylander, nice little move. Nylander with a lane, takes a shot. Nice pad save there. They go, nice pass to Sorelli down low. Makar now a wide open lane. They take a shot and a nice save held onto by Gustafsson. Taves had a point blank look there. And we'll head to a commercial break. What a game to start this tournament. Back and forth battle. See, what are you guys' predictions for the rest of this one? Do you think Canada can hold on here, and come back, or do you think Sweden just keeps rolling? Yeah, we're up to 2,647 subs. Another subscriber. Again, if you guys are new, please subscribe. Helps out a ton. True says fairly certain all three are gone. Bean could move up to acquire a defensive end at prospect, as reported by other sports networks. Tankathon thinks safety. Amawari is the pick. Yeah, I think you might have to go safety with your pick. Trade for a defensive end and sign a free agent receiver would be my guess. And again, the James Cook saga will We'll see what happens. Drew says, let's go Knicks, Mets, Bandits, Amherst. Sweden may pull this off. Yeah, I agree with all of that there. Let's go. Let's go Knicks. Again, Mets get going soon. We'll be doing Mets streams on here. I'm excited for those. And those will be very easy for me. Just sit, relax, talk to the chat, and watch the Mets. Again, baseball is a very relaxing game until the end of the games when it gets a little hectic. Yeah, Sweden definitely has a chance to pull this off. Jaden says, give me Garrett for a first-round pick and then Tyreek Williams in the second round. I agree with that, too. Yeah, you got to get a guy like Garrett or Crosby or Khalil Mack. You need a threat on that D-line. Greg says, I hope Sweden can pull it off. I do, too. Again, as a member of the United States, I feel obligated to root against Canada. But this Canada team is fun, and they're a very talented group. So definitely great for this tournament. So we're coming back from commercial break here in the Sweden end. Just over 9 minutes to go here. Greg says he's pulling for Dahlin. Yeah, Dahlin's had a whole lot of torture with the Sabres his whole career, so it'd be cool for him to get a nice win here with Team Sweden. But he hasn't been on the ice very, very much. I'd like to see a little bit more zone time for Dahlin. So puck deep here in the Sweden end. My stream is buffering just a little bit, so I think I'm gonna restart it here. Oh, now we're back. Here comes McDavid. Back to Taze. Marner stumbles a little bit at the line, but he gets it in front. No, what a save. Oh, my goodness. Taze with a wide open chance, and Gustafsson shut it out. Oh, my goodness. Garrett's too expensive. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Again, if you get Garrett for a first-round pick, you got to do it because you're not finding anyone in the first round as talented as him. But yeah, we'll see. Again, there's rumors they don't want to trade him, so it might be a pricey penny that we're not willing to pay. Deep in the zone now for Sweden. Back to the corner. Raquel in front of the net. Nobody in the middle, though, so it leaks out of the zone. Yeah, an incredible save by Gustafsson there. And here comes Sweden back the other way. Got to put himself off sides. He did. Zibanejad, that is. And 8:04 to go. We'll have another whistle. Take another look at the save here. And crease wide open chance for Taze and a blocker save. Falling down by Gustafsson to save the game for Sweden. Oof. Buffering yet again. Reset it here, but Canada wins the draw in their own end as it comes down to the crucial final moments of this game. Yeah, Spectrum continues to buffer here. Oh, wow. Yep. Josh Morrissey with a high stick on Eriksson Ek. Let's see. They're checking for blood. And blood would be in a 4-minute power play. I think it's just going to be 2, though. 2-minute. Yep. So here we go. Wow. Sweden now with their first power play of the game, a chance to take the lead. Josh Morrissey takes the high sticking penalty on Eriksson. Eriksson Ek was the one who received the stick to the face there. That one looked a little more painful than the first one. That one was the blade. So 7:06 to go in the game. So Sweden's power play, not as good as the Canadian power play, but it's still a very solid group. You got Raymond, Eriksson, Zibanejad, Nylander, and Hedman. I'd hope Dahlin's on the second unit. But then again, the Sabres power play is so bad. Maybe the coach looked at that and goes, yeah, no. Here you go. Nylander now. Down low to Raymond. Up top to Hedman. Down low to Raymond. Raymond, nice little tic-tac-toe play, but that one gets batted up. Hedman has to chase after it in the corner. He'll play it down low to Zibanejad. Zibanejad. Down low to Raymond. Raymond back to the corner. Zibanejad up top for Raymond. To Hedman. Nylander. Raymond. Hedman slapper. That one gets blocked and out of play. So 133 still to go in the power play. They look pretty solid so far. Passes it back and forth. But yeah, nice job there by Cirelli. Could you imagine the reaction from Canada fans if they lose this game after being up 2-0? Zibanejad wins the draw. Back to Hedman. Nylander now pressured along the boards. Slides back to Hedman. Hedman gets it down low. Eriksson Ek. Now it goes up top to Raymond. Raymond. Power play looking pretty slow, but they are keeping control of the puck. Now they don't, though. It gets cleared all the way down. So 107 to go here. That's half of it killed off. Good speed by Nylander. Or Carlson. Carlson now takes a shot. Oh, that one off the glove, but wide. And oh boy, 2-on-2 back the other way. Shorthanded for Team Canada. 3-on-2. There's a shot. And that one goes wide. Sweden could have some numbers back if they hurry, but they're not going to. They're going to reset in their own end. Probably the smart play there after giving up a chance shorthanded. That one misplayed by Carlson, and that goes all the way down again. So 29 seconds to go. Sweden looks like a missed opportunity here with this power play. Carlson again will take it up. He'll get it down low to Pettersson. Pettersson now, he gets swarmed at the line, but it stays in. Carlson up top. Maybe one more chance here in this power play for Team Sweden. Nope. That one gets blocked, and oh boy, almost a breakaway back the other way, but a good hustle there by Carlson to clear it back into his own end. So that'll be the end of the power play. A good kill and a potential momentum mover for Team Canada. There's a good pass, though. Oh, no, my goodness. Solid chance for Team Sweden there, but they could not finish the job. Sam Reinhart now deep in the Sweden end. 4:45 to go. Speed by Sweden. That shot goes up and out of play with 4:35 to go. We will have another TV timeout. Whew. What a great game we got here. So Sweden has some momentum, but unable to get the job done there on the power play. And Canada now has all the momentum going into the final few minutes after that big kill. So Lakers getting crushed right now by the Jazz. Look around the NBA as we wait for this commercial break to go back. And the Mavericks are currently up by 1 against the Warriors at halftime. See how Luka's doing. Of course, that's the name of the NBA right now. LeBron with 17. Luka with 16 points. So still a commercial break here. We have potential for overtime. Again, that would be a bad thing for both teams, I guess you could say, as the winner would be deducted a point. Instead of 3, they would get 2 points. And both Finland and USA would love to see this game go to overtime. Again, 2 of the 4 teams getting in the championship. You could make the argument it'd be bad for the other teams because both teams at least get points on the board. But I think taking away a 3-point night from one of the teams is more efficient. Still at commercial break. Might be coming back here, but Spectrum loves to run the Spectrum ad that holds the Spectrum logo on the screen for about 20 seconds. But yeah, now we are back. So just showing some highlights here before we have the face-off. So we're going to have a fun end to this game, that is for sure. They are previewing the rules here again. 3 points for a win in regulation, 2 for overtime shootout, 1 point for a loss in overtime shootout, and 0 points, obviously, for a loss in regulation. All scenarios on the table for both teams here as we are tied with 4:32 to go. Sweden now chasing the puck back in their own end. That's going to be an icing. So it'll go back to the Canadian end. About as even of a game as you could get, 19 shots apiece. Alex Bregman to Boston. That's big news in the MLB. We have an offensive zone faceoff here for Sweden. Canada wins the draw. Blocked at the line, and Bratt's able to keep it in. That goes right on net, but blocked it away towards Tays, and that goes all the way down the ice again. That's going to be another icing. 4:15 back in the Canada end. Tays thought the puck was touched down the ice. Not sure about that one. They called it an icing. So stressful night for all involved. Pettersson versus Reinhart on the faceoff. Pettersson gets tossed. Oh, nope, just a warning. And Reinhart wins that draw. And McDavid will get that one. McDavid to the red line. He'll dump it in, and now they'll finally get off the ice. After a couple icings back to back. Oh, and there's a good chance, but a great stick there from Forsling. Or Forsberg. Pass goes back the other way. Carlson now behind his own net. Turns it over, but it goes up and out of play. So 3:49 now. So a whole lot of stoppages here in the last couple minutes. True says 21,105 in attendance. Again, Montreal holds the most seats in all the NHL arenas. Packed to the brim. Sweden wins the draw here, and here comes Bratt. He loses it in the corner, tries to get it to the far point, but is unable to. And here comes Canada back the other way with some speed. With Parenko. Dahlin now holds it behind his own net. Raymond loses the puck. He almost crossed himself up, but it pops right back to him and just squeaks past the blue line so both teams can reset and get changes. Here comes Doughty with some speed over the red line. He's going to slap it around the net. Now it goes to center ice. Here comes Canada back the other way. Tays. Point keeps it in, but now it gets shot right out of the zone. And Canada will have it with plenty of space here as both teams change with 2:38 to go. Marner, McDavid. Reinhart behind the net. Slapper at the point. That one goes wide. Again, you can take an OT loss in this. Again, you'd only be losing one extra point from the other team. So both teams would be okay with it going to overtime, but I think Sweden would be a little bit more of a fan of that one. Whew. Reinhardt shoots it, but Gustafsson able to hold on with 2:02 to go. Canada starting to put the pressure on. You could feel it. They're buzzing for a goal. Yeah, Reinhardt just a nice chance there, but put it right in the chest of Gustafsson. Not gonna miss that save. Big win by Lindholm and Sweden on the faceoff, and Bratt will get the puck all the way down the ice. No icing there, so 1:53 to go in this one. Goes behind the net here. Puck's moving around the Sweden end. Not a whole lot of pressure from Canada. 1:22 to go. Sweden slowly bringing the puck up now. Good speed from Pettersson. Pettersson to the net. Oh, that was close. To the corner now. Nylander. Sweden's got a little bit of momentum here. Oh, no. Oh, right in front. Thought the arm went up by the referee, but it didn't. Dahlin now slides it up top to Nylander. Back to Dahlin. Dahlin takes a shot. Oh, deflected right on, but saved and deflected away. 50 seconds to go now. Canada back the other way as Sweden changes it up. Makar's going to clear it. Braden Point is the first to get to that one. Canada, good shot there. Oh, blocked in front. And Zibanejad gets it out. Let's see who gets to that one first. It's going to be Taze of Canada. And Sweden back the other way. 23 seconds to go. Canada still with pressure. McKinnon turns it over. And now Sweden clears it all the way down. 10 seconds to go. Canada, one more rush. Braden Point. It's onside. Here comes McKinnon. Brings it around. Got 5 seconds to go. Held by Sweden. And that is the end of regulation. Holy moly, we are going to overtime in the first game, so nobody will get 3 points in this one. Wow, what a game we have. And we get some bonus hockey here. So commercial break, and we will be back with overtime. Oof. Now, overtime certainly favors Team Canada, more flat-out talent, but for the first couple shifts, Sweden can match their talent. So we'll see what happens, but of course, Sweden would like to get a quick goal here, because if it goes on for too long, I think Canada just has too much talent on this team to not win this game, but very excited to see what happens here. If you guys are new here, leave a like and subscribe. Helps us out a ton. 18 likes right now. So big overtime here for both teams. Again, whoever loses this one has a significantly less chance of making it to the championship. Again, you only get 3 games to get top 2 of the 4 teams. And if Sweden wins this one, that could throw a wrench in everything. So the start of overtime, again, overtime will remain the same as the current NHL regime until the championship game, then it switches up. But here we go, overtime it is. So the goalies head back to their nets, and the players talk it over by the benches. So a 10-minute overtime now instead of a 5-minute one, though. So most likely no shootouts, but you never know. Marner, McDavid, and McCarr as your Canadian trio on the ice. That's going to be tough to beat. Eriksson Ek out there for Sweden just for the face-off. So else out there looks like Bratt and Sweden wins the draw. And here we go. Forsling now behind his own net. Canada still favored on the betting odds. Eriksson Ek in his own end. They're just circling. They got to come up with a game plan. Again, you can't give up this puck. Jesper Bratt now. A little bit of speed. He goes to center ice. Still not into the Canadian end. Now they are. Bratt. Down low to Eriksson Ek. Bratt goes to the bench, and Eriksson Ek takes it outside the zone. It looks like they want to get fresh legs out here to get any offense. Again, 3-on-3 has turned into a possession battle rather than a back-and-forth game in the NHL, and it looks like that's what they're going to do here in this tournament. Victor Hedman now on the ice, as well as Nylander and Raymond. Canada able to make some changes too, though. Up top, Nylander looking for a pass. They're deep in the Canadian end now. Down low to Hedman. Hedman. Over to Nylander. Nylander now. Nylander looking. Can't find anyone. Tries to get down low to Raymond. Binghamton gets a stick on it. Raymond now sends it to the front of the net, and Canada has the puck all of a sudden. Sweden gets changes, but here we go. Here comes Canada. Nathan MacKinnon now with a whole lot of speed. Yeah, I would get on him really quick if I'm Sweden. Takes a shot, and it's held on to and covered up. Ooh. So there we go. First shot of overtime. Nathan MacKinnon, but he can't bury it. He wanted to take some speed in there. But an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Canada. Good save there, but good defense. MacKinnon able to go right around both of them, but forced a one-way shot, I would say. So now it's Zibanejad on the faceoff against Stone. Zibanejad wins it back to Forsling, but oh boy, they want a penalty. Not going to get it. So Zibanejad now plays it back to Raquel. Still no Rasmus Dahlin here for overtime for Sweden. So here comes Zibanejad now. Zibanejad drop pass. Oh, that was a risky one. Raquel to Zibanejad. Oh, what a save by Binghamton. And that deflects up and out of play. What a save. Cross crease. Zibanejad hadn't opened that, but it was a far distance and wasn't able to put that one in. Take another look at that one, and yeah, just, a low shot there. Tried to put it in the net. If he had a little more height on it, might have been able to put it in, but offensive zone faceoff for Sweden here. MacKinnon against, I believe, Eriksson Ek, or is that Pettersson? Might be Pettersson now, with Hedman as the defender. It is Pettersson, with Kempe out there for Sweden, McDavid, MacKinnon, and McCarr for Canada. And Canada gets the puck. Cal McCarr, and the crowd's going crazy every time Canada touches the puck here in this overtime segment. And here comes McDavid, one-on-one back. Hedman to defend. He circles back. Drops it for MacKinnon. MacKinnon again takes a shot. Oh, it's loose, and saved by Gustafsson and held onto. Whew. Nathan MacKinnon, 2 nice looks so far in this overtime segment, unable to score. Good saves from both ends. MacKinnon looks a little defeated there. So Nylander out there now with Forsberg. Hedman remains out there. Canada keeps the same. And oh boy, Sweden had a chance at a 2-on-1, but they couldn't develop it. Now Cal McCarr has the puck in his own end. Down low to McKinnon. Deep in the Canada end. McKinnon circles behind his own net. And here they go. McKinnon with a ton of speed, barrels forward, takes a shot, his third look. That one's going to be saved and not held on to. Now played behind for Forsberg. And now, breakaway. No, it gets picked off by Canada, and Canada right back the other way. Cal McCarr, a nice pick play there. And McCarr gets a shot. That one goes wide. But Hagel now gets it back to McDavid. McDavid wants to probably change, and that's what he'll do. He'll go back to center ice and get off the ice. That allows Nylander to change for Sweden as well, though. McCarr plays it up to Hagel. Cirelli. Cirelli takes a shot. That one goes wide. Played back and almost turned over. What a play. Taves cross crease. Oh, my goodness. Cirelli couldn't handle it. And they'll play it back to center ice. Whew, that probably would have been a goal. Sweden's going to take a quick change there. Jesper Bratt back out there for Sweden. Mitch Marner looking. Marner has so much time, and now he circles it back to Morrissey. Back to Marner. Marner takes a shot. That one right on. It's loose in front of the net. They're banging away at it, and it's covered up and held by Gustafsson. 6:12 to go in this OT period. They might need all 10 minutes to get a goal. This is some fun hockey right here. A classic already. Whole lot of good saves for Gustafsson here, and that one really good save from Binghamton on the other end. Canada wins the draw, but McCarr is forced to exit his zone. Zibanejad, Raquel Ekholm for Sweden, McKinnon, McDavid, McCarr for Canada. McCarr drops it off. And McKinnon very slowly now brings it. Oh, and he decides to circle back again. Didn't like what he saw. Now we'll get some more speed, and here he comes again, cutting to the net. Good job by Zibanejad to shut that one down. And Sweden back home has a little bit of space. Now they got a little 2-on-1. Ekholm to the net. He tries the wrap around in front of the net. It's loose, and now the net almost comes off. No trip, and it's a 3-on-1 back the other way for Canada. Here we go. McKinnon shoots. Big save there from Gustafsson. Back the other way, 2-on-1 if they have speed. Zibanejad does, but his line mates don't, and Zibanejad's just going to rip a slapper. That one goes wide back into the Sweden end, and that's picked up. And here comes Kempe with some speed. He'll take a shot. That one goes wide. He's got to get it back to some of his line mates, and now he does. He gets it back to Forsling. What an OT period. 3-on-2 now. Pettersson to Forsling. Back to Pettersson. Takes a shot. That one he fans on, but it goes right to Kempe. Kempe back to Forsling. Forsling takes a shot. Breaks a Canadian stick there. Pettersson. Forsling. Oh, cross crease, but it doesn't go in. A big save there. Keep in mind, McCarr doesn't have a stick. Sweden's got to be all over this, but they aren't. And now Canada with a 3-on-2 back the other way. Morrissey, Cirelli, Hagel. And Hagel takes it back to center ice. What a game we got going on here. Morrissey plays it back to Hagel. Crosby's out there now too. Crosby backhands it to Morrissey. Forsling, and the Sweden group's been out there for a while now. Oh, almost got it right to Marner, but now we got a 2-on-1 back the other way if they have enough speed. Bratt. Nylander, he fans on the shot, had a wide open look. And now 2-on-2 back the other way. Crosby probably got to try to wait for his line mates to change, and he does. He back passes it. Marner takes a shot, scores! Mitch Marner ends it for Canada. A big win, and Canada gets the 2 points over Sweden. There it is. Holy moly, what an overtime period. An absolute classic game to start the Four Nations face-off. Crosby gets a third assist of the night. And Canada wins that one. You could feel it coming. Sweden, they tried. That's a gutsy performance from Sweden. They got a point. They remain alive in this tournament. We'll see what happens tomorrow night with Finland and the United States, but a huge win for Canada. Yeah, definitely on sides there and definitely a goal. Marner picks the far side. Whew. What a goal there for Team Canada. Man, what a way to start this tournament. And Mitch Marner, of all guys, to get it too. So now we have some sort of presentation post game. Let's see if they do a player of the game or something. Yeah, players of the game. Let's see who gets it. One from each team, I believe. What a game. All right, let's see who gets the player of the game here before I hop off. Again, the laptop's barely holding on here, 35% battery. Yeah, plan on streaming tomorrow's game. Not do the whole game, the second half of it. I don't know for sure yet, but planning on streaming it. If something changes, I'll let you guys know in the community tab. Open. Spectrum decides to buffer here. What an overtime period, though. Well, good thing Spectrum decided to buffer now and not during the overtime period. What an incredible game. That was why they put this tournament together. Let's get feedback here. Let's see if they announce these players real quick. Oh, it's going to buffer again. But yeah, what a game. Again, we'll see if Finland and USA can match that. You got to hope USA wins at least by 2 goals, but we'll see. So Crosby gets player of the game from Canada. 3 assists, Knight. Big ovation from the crowd. The Ole chant going on as well. That'll be it for that one. So thank you guys for watching this stream. It will end pretty shortly once Jaden ends that one. We'll be back tomorrow night for an absolute heater between the United States and Finland. Until then, have a good one, guys. Be watching those highlights for quite some time, especially if you are Team Canada fans, even if you're a Sweden fan. Big point. This tournament's still anyone's game. If Sweden gets points in their next 2 and Canada gets shut out in one of these games, they certainly still have a chance at the finals.